I hear the echoes of victory in fields won before time, when battles draw so near. You will feel the same in war. Below is the battle, below one before, and the memory stays ever so bitter. Below is the battle, below one before, and the memory stays ever so bitter. Below is the battle, below one before, the memory stays ever so bitter. Below is the battle, below one before, the memory stays ever so bitter. I hear the echoes of victory in fields won before time, when battles draw so near. You will feel the same in war. Below is the battle, below one before, the memory stays ever so bitter. Below is the battle, below one before, the memory stays ever so bitter.
Good evening.
Hello, hello, hello.
Hello, good evening. And welcome to TaleChasers on Friday evening with your host for this evening and all Friday evenings, Amber, and my Stargazers.
TaleChasers are ready. Sus.
Indeed, indeed. We've gathered here again today to play a little bit of Dungeon Dragons, and with Dungeon Dragons, I mean my game of Dungeon Dragons. That being Stargazers, who have just recently begun their new arc and are now delving into a new dimension all entirely. A different layer of reality known as the Ethereal Expanse. But I'm sure that one of them can tell you all about what they have seen so far within the short few hours that they've been here.
Yippee! I shall do the honor for today.
Very well.
Last we left off, as the crew of the Adelar's Endeavor name pending had successfully escaped the warp in the clutches of a Lord of Change, was about to catch up on the vessel and make short work of all the souls upon it. We landed amidst the silvery seas, a bank of mist, hiding and concealing our surroundings for but a few moments, as the confusion of the recent fight and the loss of two of our companions, along with 5 other members of the crew, left us confused, holding our breaths and waiting for the next blow to come. But it didn't. Instead, we found the moment to breathe, respite, as we successfully managed to resurrect both of our lost Stargazers and hold a funeral for those we could not bring back. Our other captain, Taldros, told us about the death at sea and other important notions regarding the Ethereal Expanse. He told us about the war between the Kingdom of Etharis and the Empire of Caroline that exploded about 100 years ago and continued from then on for the sole purpose of dominance over the Expanse and gathering the rare, precious mineral that everyone in here is after, Ethereum. We learned bits of information that would likely be useful to us, like the existence of a third faction, that of the Drakes, or the Pirates, whose name they took after one of the most notorious of them, a woman that captained the ship of the same name, the Drake. But outside of the many factions in the Expanse that we had yet to interact with, there were problems that we had to solve there and then. The first being where to go and what to do next. The gate between us was sealed, and the Immaterium was fanned off once again, but many unknowns were still around us, and we had to find some secure footholding to stabilize our situation. After looking at the stars and coursing some maps and charts, we found ourselves in the middle of Shipgrave Reef, a location, a cluster of islands where many ships came to crash on its shores and eventually sank into the depths of the silvery seas. There was a vote held in between the main members of the crew, that being the Stargazers, and the only one against staying here was Zarius himself, who wished instead to find the nearest port and dock to find some civilization. Instead, the majority of the crew opted to take a 10-day to anchor the ship and sail to shore, take a moment of respite and explore our surroundings, and feel what Shipgrave Reef had to offer. In the midst of the preparations, some talks were had between Vittorio and Lawrence, both of whom felt heavily the responsibilities of the loss that they had incurred, and the defeat that they felt. Vittorio immediately began planning martial drills for the entire crew, training in the swinging of weapons for the eventuality that something like this would happen again. But Lawrence found comfort in the embrace of his much less alive partner, Vasily, the same one who brought him back to life. Some more tales were spun, specifically from that of our ship surgeon, Peglegs, who told Vittorio about a interesting myth about a relic lying underneath the waves of Shipgrave Reef, a piece of Ethereum with the power of charming ether beasts, something that would definitely come to help us in the exploration of this new expanse. But our hopes were on something more tangible, less abstract and legendary. We were there for resources, scavenging anything we could find so that we could make some local coin to the next settlement that we'd find. That and information about the plant life, about animals and creatures living in this expanse, and maybe some more useful things that could maybe be scavenged from the wreckages of ships that hide beneath the ether.
Yippee. Thank you.
Thank you for that recap.
The only thing I'll add is that it was Bastian who told Vittorio, not Peglegs.
Oh, yeah, it was Bastian. That's true.
You're obsessed with peg legs.
I definitely am.
It's peg legs this, peg legs that, like.
Sorry, Jay. Stokes is gonna dump you for peg legs.
Ah!
I don't want to play with you anymore.
Oh.
He even said, let's get more peg legs emotes, you know, like.
That is true.
Not more Jace emotes.
I was here
just
for that.
more peg legs.
I can confirm.
Hashtag relationship goals. Stokes and peg legs.
Most assuredly. So while I wait for an answer from Lawrence on a question.
I will type faster, sorry.
No, don't worry about it. I would like to point everyone towards this little map of the region that you find yourselves in. The region being just Shipgrave Reef.
Yo.
Oh, is that a tree?
It's a
Yes.
forest.
Water?
No, it's just a singular tree. Don't worry
It's
about
a
it.
shark.
Like
No,
one,
like,
a
look,
single
like
tree
this
on the whole
one.
island.
No, but like this one.
It's
No,
a
please
shark.
stop pointing at the fucking tree that I accidentally put in the
Zarius
middle of the
gets
map.
fucking eaten by a megalodon. It was a shark all along.
Yeah, that's a shark. It's not a tree. It's just a shark.
Oh, okay.
Yummy, yummy, yummy.
Okay, I can believe it is a lovely shore.
Correct.
Oh, yo, look, I see the same shark is over there on the land.
Oh my god.
Island of land.
Someone is going to get beaten on in a moment.
That makes sense.
We don't have to do it on a rowboat, right?
Don't need anything bigger than that.
Yeah, you want to take out the small version of the boat?
I mean, Lawrence can fly, and the smaller version of the boat,
For scale, how far, like on this map, I can see where the boat token is, but how far, for example, is like this? Yeah, like that shoreline
think-
right there.
each square was 100 feet, right?
I will double check that for you, but like these islands are pretty
Several
small. Like the
miles.
largest ones are
I think it's a 2 mile.
2 miles in diameter, like max.
How many feet is in a mile?
A lot.
1600 something.
No, 1 mile is 5,280 feet.
I was
Oh,
about to
yeah,
say
never
1600 meters in a mile. That is
yeah,
like
that's the meters. Yeah,
So
right.
this should be 10,000 feet.
So we don't stop.
I'm just calculating.
Stop using like 10,000s of feet as a measurement.
Okay, well this
That's
is
a lot
2
of
miles,
feet.
right?
Like a lot, yeah.
Yeah, this is 2 miles. So 2 miles is about 10,560 feet.
Oh my god.
I didn't need numbers. You could have just. I could have. The question could have just been answered with, "It doesn't seem too far," or close enough. I didn't need fucking all of the calculations.
Yeah, it wasn't even me who answered that. It was just other people who felt the need to answer that. There's 10,000 feet between them.
They like them
Jesus
big.
Christ.
They like them chunky.
Basically, yes.
Basically, not far away enough that
They-
using
Actually, I know exactly how
folding
big-
boat isn't far away. Like we can easily just use the mini boat and go there and just row
Yes.
ourselves, and it won't be a fucking problem.
I know exactly how each of the squares is big. It's 500 feet per square.
That's really nice,
math.
Gabby. Can I please
Yeah, go
do
on.
the DMing?
Yeah.
Thank you, my love. God. Most of them are no more than a couple of stones throws away from one another. They're not just the big islands, there's also smaller islands. They're like jagged black rocks sticking out of the water all over the place. You're not really sure how deep the water is between all of the islands, putting your big ship in there might run you aground on a reef. But with a small boat, it shouldn't take you more than a couple minutes to go between each of them.
And surely we do that, then that makes sense to me.
So now we just have to figure out where we're going, right?
Yeah, you can choose wherever you'd like to go.
So while my instinct is to say Cork Bottle Isle because I think that's the best name for an island in the world, for an island with a volcano on it.
We have to fucking uncork it right now.
No.
Well, I think that's the best name in the world, and I really
Zarius,
wanna
you
go
can
there.
see it. If you look through Tokas's spyglass, you can see Cork Bottle Isle.
I mean, yeah, that is.
And
What about my
If you look through Vincent's spyglass, you can also see Cork Bottle Isle.
Let's go.
And you can see that it is a tiny little black island that is completely circular and wider at the top than at the base, and it kind of looks like a cork in the neck of a bottle. So
Holy
that's
shit, it's
probably
bigger in the
where his
inside?
name comes from. Yes.
So even with that description, I didn't hear volcano specifically, but that just made it better. I really want to go there, but also
So
it
anyways,
just feels like
there-
My logical answer is I think I want to go to Sentinel Island because there's no green.
We should go
That's-
to Bulwark Island. That's my vote. It's the closest one. It's someone with vegetation and creatures. We're here to study the local things. So
Bulwark is logical indeed. That's the first one.
We're
Oh.
here to
If there's-
study
if
local
there's
things. I
life,
thought
you're
we
not
were
gonna
here
find
to
the good-
stop Doom Guy. Wait, hold on, wait a second.
I mean, yeah, but
well, not in
That's-
this
that-
fucking
that was
ship,
my-
Reef.
that was my argument as to find the things, but I was overruled, and it was 3
Yeah.
against 1. So even with you, we would have been
Yeah, he
overruled.
got cooked live,
Uh,
basically.
But like, if we're here, what I've heard is we're here now to find that cool mythical thing,
No,
which is
that's
why
not us. What?
you know, the thing I heard the rumors about.
Yeah. Okay.
And if I want to look for, if we want to look for that, my first instinct is to go where there's no greenery, because where there's greenery, people would have gone to already.
Who the fuck comes to Shipgrave Reef?
I don't know, but even
We
in
do.
that situation, I think if there's a land with greenery, you come here, you're either stranded or you're low on supplies because let's be honest, we're in bumfuck nowhere right now. You go to an island with greenery on it.
Yeah.
So
That's
I'm
a good point.
And seeing as we have the supplies, and while maybe there's still creatures, because let's be honest, anything that flies is on all 4 of these islands, right?
Mhm.
If we're thinking, this is the last island people would go to if there's no greenery on it. So this is
Yeah.
the first island I want to go to.
That makes sense. You gave me more points for why I want to go to the Bulwark Island then, because I'm here to find information and not to chase mythical things. So, if there indeed have been people in this place before, and maybe they've made camps, and maybe they've left traces or information, they are most likely where the vegetation is. So, I would keep my vote for Bulwark or the other island with forest, but that's further away. Might as well just go for the closest one.
Vittorio's
I
vote.
think to this closest one makes the most sense.
Yeah, Vittorio's vote is Bulwark mostly because, yeah, close proximity and also vegetation.
We're gonna
Like,
explore all of them.
yeah.
This as well.
You can explore like these islands if you want to properly scour them. The large ones is gonna take like a day tops
Yeah.
to completely.
Yeah, we
walk
got
them.
time. We're gonna see all of them.
Like
We can split
all-
up. No, I'm kidding. I'm
Yeah,
kidding.
you
go.
guys could
Go,
split up
Zoe.
and do
Mm.
4 islands in one day.
Go, Zoris. You can do
Me
it.
and Daphne will go over there.
We'll go and take the bedroom. You guys take the basement.
Jesus
School, they always
Christ.
take the bedroom.
Oh god, the fucking Scooby car. Don't worry about it. I'll stay on the ship.
He's just on the
God.
He's just on the boat, like in the little dinghy. He's just sitting on it, like.
Finally a captain, huh?
I'll fold it and put it in my pocket.
Exactly where I'm supposed to be.
He's
I
in his
think
element.
you'd honestly get a lot of minus points from the crew for that. Like it'd just be like, really, bro, you're gonna be this defensive.
Sorry, I think the only one
Dang it.
getting minus points for the cruisy.
Oh my god.
Damn.
Vincent's too likable to not be liked by the crew. That's what the charisma's for.
He's likable, yeah, that's true.
Sorry,
Was
with
this
20
true?
charisma, couldn't even save himself.
It's just gonna have to
I don't
work
know
on
if
it.
20 charisma is enough to like yawn at someone's funeral, like 20
First of
charisma
all,
cannot
I
save you.
groaned in suffering pain.
Yeah, I need,
saying
I
I'm
need
then-
context for that,
Oh
you know,
right,
like-
okay. You didn't just groan in you groaned in suffering pain, then you said, "Can we go to bed now?" That's
Yeah.
what you said.
In middle of the funeral? That's
Yeah.
Yes.
Come on, come on, man.
Let me give you context. I thought we were gonna start off from the very important thing we were doing, so that's why I dropped in, and that wasn't where we were. To give context,
Yeah.
it was taken out of context, and I now have to roll with the punches.
Yeah, man. You didn't hear Amber narrate. Gotta pay the price.
That's rough, buddy.
Yeah, it's
Okay.
fine. I believe in
Before-
Terry.
Before we set off to first Bulwark Island and then
Mhm.
whatever island you guys want to go to next.
Yep.
Yeah.
Lords, you wake up from your hammock in the morning. What is
Yes.
your little what is your morning routine? on this ship.
Morning routine. Wake up. Get out of pajamas. Put on my equipment. My Moon Knight cosplay. And probably go and get something to eat.
The moment you get up and you start taking off your pajama and to put on your equipment, Vasily, like, you can hear Vasily sound from behind you and say, Lawrence, what the fuck is that?
My pajamas.
No, I mean, like, on your back, Lawrence, not on... I have seen your pajamas many nights.
Oh.
Lawrence like whiffs around, but he has this huge. It's hard to look at your back normally. It's even harder when you have a massive pair of wings jutting from your back. It's like, these are my wings. Like where on my back?
Okay, just...
You're
Where did
pointing?
you leave this thing? He says, begins digging through your backpack, and he's like, wait, you're not vain enough. He begins digging through someone else's backpack and takes out, like,
His
a
own.
handheld mirror.
Oh yeah, my little hand mirror.
You're not vain enough.
He digs through his own backpack.
He tries to, like, angle it in a way that you could, like, look into the mirror and also see, like, your back.
Okay. I'm like, I kind of like brighten. I don't know. Is it bright in this room, or is it
There
just
is,
my
like-
glowing ass?
I mean, there's, like, a hooded lantern that you guys could, like, lift up and, like, pull down. It is evidently not filled with actual fire, but with magic.
Yeah. Lawrence will brighten his own halo up a bit so he can see a bit better, and kind of like concentrate on the wings to kind of like recede them back into the I want to say the ether, but we're already here. I don't know. Does that work? Can I concentrate on it while I'm in this place?
Sure. Yeah.
Okay, cool. Floop. What do I see?
Lawrence, you see some, like, angry, like, furled skin. There is scar tissue on your back. And initially, this might... What do you feel when you see that?
Some like confusion initially before it goes to, I guess, maybe some recognition of as to what it is. Sort of like, if it's scar tissue, it's scar tissue from Lawrence, then it's most likely it looks like a sort of grainy kind of sand, as if you've like taken a piece of a plate, powdered it, and then tried to like fill in the hole in the plate that you made.
Mm-hmm. Only when you inevitably, like, you know, look away from it and whatnot, he turns your attention back towards it and asks you to look again. Because, Lawrence, it is not just scar tissue. It's almost like there's some sort of pattern to it.
Oh no.
It is like your body is crisscrossed
A map.
with all of the with all of these lines of grainy gold, and it does in fact look like there is a map on your back.
Yippee.
What?
I've asked me hearties. Grab the angel.
Vasily, can you get a pencil and a bit of parchment, and can you do the thing on that so I can see it a bit better?
Sure.
And I can maybe show someone without having to strip? Like, where on my back is it? It's just like my entire back, or like...
It is like right, like dead in the center. Like when your wings are out, they like partially
So, like,
cover.
my spine?
Yeah, it's like dead center of your back.
Okay. Like between my two wing bones.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Yeah, that kind of lines up with the scar I have on my chest.
Yippee! He will take his time with charcoal, with paper, parchment, to make an imprint of the map on your back. What exactly that map looks like, I will have to tell you later, because we just rolled this.
Yippee!
Secret map.
But you may add one partial map,
Hmm.
partial back map tattoo
Oh, back.
scar.
Like back
yeah,
map 1 of
we-
fucking 5? What?
We've been in the expanse for 1 day and Lawrence already got up to 2. What a guy.
I know.
The sea changes, people.
Plus
Yeah.
one.
Actually, this is my second tattoo.
Plus one Doki Doki with the crew, you know?
Definitely. The more fucking tattoos you have, the more the crew is happy.
Yeah.
Oh,
Like
speaking
my
of
third
that,
scar, my second tattoo.
Regardless, you can put your little map, your back map, in your backpack.
Batman.
Amber, I'm not gonna put it in my backpack because I want you to know, before we had a Tocas in this party, Lawrence was the resident mapper, and I have a
You have a
massive
map?
fucking map case
That's true.
that no one cares for.
I just
except
thought
me.
backpack sounded
No one
funnier
cares
than
for-
scroll case.
I can.
I'm gonna put it in my map case.
You put it in your back map case.
Yeah.
Map back case.
that
case.
case
Not
actually
that.
saved us a lot of times with that shit. I remember.
Yeah,
It
it
did.
did. Cost a lot of fucking money as well.
Just true.
Yeah, I remember.
Yeah, I
Victoria,
remember.
I wonder where all the other ones
Yeah.
are.
I also remember. Well, the maps or the scroll
Hey!
cases.
No, just Ferris posting some images and Stargazers.
Oh, yippee! Can't wait. That's really a skull fort.
You could put on your equipment and join the others who are arguing who gets to sit in the front of the boat.
That is true.
Uh,
Well, obviously I should be sat at the front of the boat.
what do you mean?
As the
I'm
captain.
I'm arguing if there's pig bladders on the boat.
Oh,
For those of you that don't know, pig bladders, you blow them up and they're like little floaties. That's what they were used for back in the day, as well. And and like footballs.
Mm,
AKA, sorry, Swan's there to be floaties on the boat.
emergency haggis.
I'm afraid there's no pig bladders unless you
Yeah.
got a pig in hand.
Taldros was standing in the back, like shaking his head.
Swim.
something tells me it doesn't matter if you can or can't swim, Zarius. This water doesn't look exactly welcoming.
Wait a minute. Wait a minute. I remember. I'm gonna lean close to the water,
Oh no,
Amber,
Mm-hmm.
he's already dead.
and I'm going to ask it. Please move. Please move. I'm going to try to move the water by asking
feel
it
the
very
water.
nicely
With my
Mhm.
mind prison.
with my mind.
The water will be fed up by the end of the year if you keep doing this, man. Just
No,
saying.
I'm asking it. I'm not demanding it. I'm asking.
No.
Did I miss
don't
something?
remember
Why
what I
is
had to
Zarius
roll.
speaking to the water?
I don't remember what I had to roll to.
It's
do that.
sort of told you about the whole thing with these like plane traveling people and killing themselves and ended up as liquid ether. There's a theory that if you manage to make a connection with this Gestalt consciousness, then maybe you can indeed affect the ether around you. The Zarius has been coming up with some wild ideas in that regard.
But it's
I
not
guess-
real, right?
Well, It's
There's
an
no way you
ocean.
can speak to an ocean that's made of people and all of a sudden it's going to be
You don't
friendly.
move water with witch sight.
What do I move it with?
You have to make a persuasion check or intimidation. I think that was.
Water bending is stored in the balls of
While I'm
in-
better at persuasion intimidation, aka savagery, I will use persuasion because I think that fits. Which one is the persuasion? Because it's not
Charm.
Persuasion.
charm. I'm not proficient, which means this is a 19.
Failure, the water
Measly
drowns you.
19. A mediocre amount of effort has been expended.
Well, that's a pretty fucking good roll. What are you on about?
There's a couple
roll.
ripples that go through the water.
Ironic.
You just see Zara's head moved.
Well, he's not gonna shut up about that now.
I look at the water.
The
Does it
water-
move anyway? Or does it completely always still?
I mean, the water does continuously, like, ebb and flow as it does in a regular ocean. But it does move. It does
that's
ripple away from Zarius in, like, as though he dropped something into the water. Maybe he did, like.
Are you sure you're not breathing on it?
No.
Zarius, it
Well,
just
your
looks like
acid
is-
it just looks like
acid is
standard
dropping.
moving water, Zarius. I don't know what to tell you, but
Is there? I mean, there's tides here, right? So why wouldn't
Yeah.
it move? Why wouldn't it move normal?
now, Zarius, I know that you're not, a
I have an
savvy or
idea.
a savant of water like myself, but water does tend to move.
Well, this
Yeah,
is
but
not
not
water,
like
so
this.
there is a little bit of a difference. But I suppose we can experiment with what Zarius is talking about.
Can we touch it, or is that like a big no-no?
You can touch it. You can submerge yourself in it, but the moment it enters within your body, then you're most likely done for. So, I would likely suggest you don't go for a swim when you can.
Noted.
I'm going to do that, although more humming than singing.
You're going
May.
to go for a swim?
No, I'm going to basically
Hama hama.
have the sailors in this little bit of time that we've been on the ship sung any song here yet?
We've been here for a few hours.
I mean, yeah, but
Yeah.
generally around these times in the evening, there's quite literally nothing to do but tell stories and sing. Like,
I guess it's fair enough.
but basically, Zarius will hum to it and see if while I open the witch site, see if it responds. Not per se it responds, but if the feeling calms down, like if it feels more relaxed.
There is a young maiden, she lives all alone.
Something like
She
that,
lives
yeah.
all alone on the shore. Oh, there's nothing she can find to comfort her mind but to roam all alone on the shore. But
Yeah, I'll sing to it and open my witch site while I do so.
'Twas of the young captain who
Give me witch site check.
Make a witch site check. I need to still switch it back to wisdom. Wabam. I don't have disadvantage. What?
I see, Darius.
I don't have disadvantage. Why did I go to disadvantage?
The water hates you, Zarius.
Yeah, the water doesn't like you. I
You
don't know what to
fear
tell
it,
you.
and it fears
I'll
you.
make a singing check. This is my singing check. So 25 on the witch side, 22 on the singing.
If they row me that maid on the shore. After much persuasion, they
Darius,
brought her aboard.
there is a moment.
They replaced her away in his cabin below. Here's a
A-
sorrow and care.
How would I go about describing this?
Here's a due to all sorrow.
Maybe it feels a little bit like vertigo or like falling or like a shock. As you're quite used to your witch height almost being like a little bit of a bat's signal, like you send it out and it almost comes rippling back to you in a ping. But you expand your consciousness and it just keeps expanding and expanding and expanding. The waves don't give it back. They carry it further and further, and there is the sickening feeling of hundreds of pings of life all around you that then come hurtling back towards you.
I already know what I hear, Amber. I am hearing you. I keep it in.
You do not vomit into the souls of the sea.
Can you imagine saying hi to 100 dead celestial omnipotent beings and they fucking puke on their face when they say hi back?
Don't worry, Amber. I would have not puked on the souls. I understand. I would have puked in the boats.
But feeling this feeling, you begin to begin to get an inkling of an understanding of how wayfinders find their way here. It's not just the regular 20-25 feet that a normal person gets when they use Witchsight. This is I mean,
normal person, I fucking 5. What do you mean?
a normal person who's good at wisdom.
I was about to fucking say, druid.
I mean, this is for your spellcasting ability anyway, so that's one thing on top of it.
We're not gonna go.
But this keeps on expanding, and it is not just your Witchsight. It's almost like your Witchsight is amplified in some way by the waves.
Love it.
Allowing you to see much further, although the images become blurrier and blurrier the further they get away from you, and it's also just a lot of information to process at once.
Oh. That hundreds?
Well,
what?
And what did you think there were 10 souls within?
No, hundreds
kilometers?
Kings of life.
I mean, yeah, we've heard from Talros how the tale goes. We're in an extraplanar dimension. I'm not surprised that the water is actually comprised of dead souls. Minds,
yeah.
actually.
Amber, quick clarification question. Was the pings the water itself, or were there pings in the water?
Although it is hard to distinguish everything from one another, you definitely pinged a lot of life.
Yeah, not the water. Just verify. It's no, life. Feel the magic, Tokas. Feel the magic.
Oh, here we go.
Are we gonna leave him in the ship for
no, seriously,
cause of insanity?
Seriously,
maybe?
do it.
The captain has grabbed an oar and he's slowly pushing your boat away from the ship. He says, "Good luck, Captain."
I turn around to Talros with a dead stare.
No, I look at Tokas. Seriously, Tokas. Remember when we linked ourselves to cast that spell?
Not a pleasant experience, I must add.
That's
Jace is why are you linking with other men?
That was unnecessary, but just do it. Trust me. Feel it.
Why am I
Open
supposed
your
to
mind.
do that? To feel the 100 fishes beneath the waves?
Just experience it.
I'm going to have to do that for the length of a year. It's not going to be news. And then I'll do it because then I'll humor Zarius for once. I'll run my fingers through the wet ether as
whilst you guys fucking speak to water and sing to it, I'm going to get us there through the force of the ore. And I'm just going to start moving this.
Ore.
Okay, by your
Since these guys are very busy.
Very well. Tokas, the aether is effervescent. It slips through your fingers. Somehow lighter than water. While at the same time heavy with a weight that is purely spiritual. You kind of get lost in the vastness of that which is around you, like someone who just realizes that there's more in the world than just their hometown, and that there's more in the universe than just Earth. You turn back to the ship, thinking, reminiscing, feeling the aether around you. You see Atropos staring out over the balustrade at you like this.
They give her a little wave.
With a deadpan expression. Jace waves back at you.
Going to get. He's just going to get some milk. He'll be back.
She looks so cute.
Yeah, she does. It's so gunny.
Meanwhile, Alari,
No.
as he is abandoned on the ship by himself, there's no parents for him there.
Poor baby.
Also, you say that, but
Parents-
Alari would love the shit out of everyone there. So don't act like Alari.
Yeah,
has a
he's like
problem.
he like looks at you guys and he goes for like 10 seconds, and then you guys get further away, and he's forgotten about it, and he just starts walking around.
He's just
Any
like, "Bro, they're all
orphan would
giving me
love
food."
human contact, man. Poor little guy.
I don't know who's responsible for this other griffin when you guys are not on the ship.
I
but,
imagine we let it chill with Jays.
both of these
my-
creatures are the size.
yeah,
of Atropos
already
is
have-
already heavier than Jace is. I'm just
But she
telling
already
you.
has one griffin to grow up.
I mean,
with.
yes, but also Alari does know how to stay. So
He's just gonna
Alari-
stay for the next 10 days.
no, but like Alari,
Yes.
Alari listens. Like Alari at least
Such a good
listens.
boy.
He listens.
He's still sitting in the same spot 10 days from now.
No.
He's like that
If
Shibuini.
Alari did that, I will reward this animal with whatever it wants. At that point, you gotta respect the commitment.
Nice, then we awaken him.
No,
Good.
no, that's
No.
just fucked. That's literally animal
That's what you guys
abuse.
argue about as Vincent begins to lead the boat to the
Excuse
shore.
me. I am helping this strong young man who I am stronger than.
Oh yeah, you
Um,
are both giving thrust, but Vincent is your captain now, so
Oh, that's
let
true.
this man have it. Let this man have
Aye,
his thing.
Captain.
Captain Sir,
Yes.
which instrument do you prefer?
Silence.
Mm-hmm.
The fuck kind of captain are you?
The better one.
One that will get us there quicker if there's a possibility.
Wait, I've seen
So
something.
human, man.
Amber, I'm gonna cast illusory instrument, and I'm gonna
Yeah.
summon a drum.
Mhm.
And it just makes that Roman ship where the one guy is drumming so that people can row on beat. Yeah, that.
Oh, like a dragon boat.
Mm-hmm.
I wonder if you cast illusory instrument, does it stay on the ship while it moves, or does it stay
It does.
in the air
I mean, I'm
and then
holding
float away, or float away like as you get away from the thing? So just like remain in place.
Just, I imagine illusory instrument is still somewhat physical because I know it moves as it was its physical counterpart. So it's not like a floating random object. It is like a physical object that just can't touch anyone but me.
Very well.
Oh.
Party.
Yeah.
At this rate, we'll be there in no time.
Oh, that.
Party.
Yeah.
You row towards the largest of the islands of Shipgrave Reef. Bulwark Island is not just the largest island, but is also home to the largest swath of plant life. And so, by the time you set foot on solid ground and you fold your folding boat back into a little boat that you can pocket, you are standing on black, volcanic, rocky beaches with a lush, vibrant green jungle stretching out in front of you. I'm gonna
Just
do
for the
some-
record, I got
Yeah.
us here, and no one died, and no one attacked our ship. Just for the record.
I hate to say this,
Less
but
than a fifth of a mile.
Yep, and already more successful than our invasive captain. Just saying.
I hate to say this, but our invasive captain did manage to keep the ship alive during a very big firefight. Where were you in that fight? Now that I think about it,
In the midst of it all, you didn't see me through all the fire and smoke. I'm known for my elusivity.
That's
My
true.
movements were
I
so
did see
quick.
glints of Vincent when I was flying up above.
See?
yeah. He was helping with the
And-
crew down below.
And we all know that Lawrence has never been known to lie.
That is
Yeah, I
True,
don't
yeah.
do that.
Yeah, I'm sure.
Anyway,
Toka's kind of
grass.
confused. Well, seeing as we're on this lake,
What lake?
I try to ping it. This
Yes.
is free of vegetation, right? This looks like I want to say salt water, but bro, what the fuck? This isn't salt water. This looks to be free of vegetation.
There's no vegetation here.
Okay.
You are standing on an extremely rocky outcropping where the waves occasionally wash over it, almost drowning this entire part of the island out before receding again. It has a lot of tide pools full of little iridescent critters skittering about within them. But of plant life, you don't see a lot of it.
Yippee. I hate plant life.
It should.
What do you mean? That's why we're here. Don't say you hate it.
Yippee. I despise plants.
Well, if we find elementals,
Touch grass.
No.
if we find elementals, I know a bit about them.
Well, we might find some unique elementals.
I can even speak to them.
We'll definitely find elementals if we go and cork that volcano right there.
Well,
Yeah, that
let's-
sounds like a terrible fucking idea.
Usually terrible ideas make the best of plans.
Let's first go to the green, and you see Zarius very much like a scared lady in the dark with her boyfriend grab Vittorio's arm.
Well, let's take a look around. Have a taste of what the Expanse has to offer besides Lords of Change and other... Heralds of Demons and other things.
Alright, crew, split up.
What?
But don't split up.
That's definitely a bad... Yeah, okay. Yeah, let's do what the captain said. Split up, but not split up.
I take off.
Let's go and look
Never
for some
mind.
shit.
The first
Shoot
mutiny,
into the
wow,
sky,
5 minutes.
and I want to look down below with my superior viewpoint and determine, is this a place I have been to before? Specifically, me and Vittorio have been to before.
What does he mean by that?
When they died and went to an island and Lawrence almost killed himself by walking into the water.
Oh, I see.
Yeah.
Makes sense.
How would you like to determine if you've been here before?
Gablet. I remember. I don't remember there being any real features on the island except for the fact that the sandy beach shores were they were almost like quicksand and that they were kind of sinking. I don't remember them being black though. But I guess, does this vegetation look like this, or does this scenery kind of resemble it in any way, or?
You do see the incredibly vibrant, almost oversaturated plant life. Yeah.
I will telepathically inform Vittorio that maybe this is just how the plant life is here, but it does look kind of familiar.
Out of character, a reminder. Have you done this before with Vittorio?
We have the rings.
We've never used the rings before.
Yeah, we've never used
Yeah, we've
rings.
never
The
used them.
items. It's not finished yet.
I mean, it's
They
only
still
the
have
extra
their main
parts that are
property.
not. I was about to say the main property has been there since day one.
Okay, so those Okay, yeah, fine.
I thought so. What do you want? I just telepathically tell you. I just assume you will get it and you will understand, and if you don't, you can tell me how your character reacts.
Vittorio blinks. He's like, "Ugh." And then I think he does a classic like thinking and speaking at the same time. So he's like, oh, okay. I mean, yeah. I guess it's probably how the plant life looks here.
Well, I'm glad to know he didn't just fly away. So,
I'm not that far away. Okay, chill out.
am I allowed to say that though? Yeah.
I mean, you're just critiquing every time I like do anything. I didn't say I flew away. I simply flew up.
I know.
Evidently not.
But you said so.
Sort of like he was going to abandon us anyway.
Yeah, well, that's good. Probably a lot of not so savory things around here.
Exactly. Anyway, does he see anything? I look at Vittorio.
I mean, I guess some plant life, based on what he said.
Amber, do I spot anything else other than this very oversaturated plant life from this higher position as we move closer in?
Make me an observation check.
Observation. 20. Nice.
You spot a couple of areas on the island where it appears the incredibly thick canopy is almost like pulled backwards. There might be like openings there, although you don't see any other signs of perhaps something like civilization. You see a couple of like critters moving about. Some birds, although they don't fly very high. And they also don't look like regular birds.
Like aether gulls or?
Mm-hmm.
Yippee!
See.
You do in fact spot some aether gulls, and they spot you too.
Not Yippee.
What?
Or maybe Yippee.
Spot the birds. Lower into the sky, be like, "Ah, birds!"
Are they just looking at me? Or are they like?
They begin to circle you.
No, they're looking even funny.
They circle up. They circle above me, or they fly.
They circle around you. Yeah, they fly up towards you and start circling around you.
I look up.
Where-
That's what I meant.
Where were they? Where were they? Like before they started circling around me?
They're one of the like clearings.
Okay, I'll highlight that clearing. And shoot back down to the party.
The aether gulls look at you, and then they look out across the expanse. Their little beady eyes expand and contract, and then they spot your ship and they go rah, and they all begin flying towards your ship.
I
No,
look at the fucking wave of.
I take out my scythe.
The ship!
Yeah.
The ship!
Yeah, that's pretty much what I meant.
Well, they're just seagulls, right? I mean,
Whatever is here, it's not going to be just seagulls. It's never just seagulls.
How many of there are, and
you're
how
supposed to be the optimist, Zarius.
I'm being realistic.
Roll me 2d6.
Alright, I'll roll you 2d6.
Now, time to shred some demon soul.
Alright. There's a couple of them that immediately dive down and like disappear below the waves, but like probably 7 of them like make it towards the direction of your ship, and they just go rah, 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 rah.
I look at Tokus. Do you want to get one?
But no,
I want to
it's
study
okay.
them. No.
We'll find more. I'm just hoping that they're not gonna damage the ship or the people on top of it.
Oh yeah, when you mean ship, are they flying towards our little fucking? Oh no, we folded that up. Never mind.
We folded that bitch up. Yeah, well, they're flying
Never
towards
mind.
our,
I'm stupid as fuck. Don't worry about it.
they're flying towards our people. That's the problem.
Where's my fucking Vincent thinking fucking not in working me? 1 second.
Me still holding one arm around Vittorio's arm, me with what my scythe. I'm like, I mean, I can take one of them down. If there's anything flying, I can maybe force it down.
Go
to
ahead,
the ground.
Vittorio.
What would that be?
Beast Snore.
Okay. And what did we decide about the book?
You actually read the book? Yes,
I
you did.
mean, yeah, that's basically what I spend most of the time doing.
Roll +1.
Oh, well, that's a 9. So, you know.
Nice.
Then you vaguely know about Aether Goals, what I've posted before. They are one of the most common types of birds that you will see in the Expanse. They're kind of strange. They don't really fly the same way many animals do. They don't fly in straight lines for starters. They kind of like ooble up and down on the waves of air. And they really like to hang around ships. As you see them now approaching your ship, they begin to like circle around your ship.
Lucas looks with a concerned expression towards the boat.
I think they should be fine. If anything, they can probably chase them away.
I definitely hope so.
So from
Not
this
off the
point on,
sword.
if we find anything flying to our ship, we take it down.
Well, I suppose if we don't recognize it, that would be the best choice.
I look at Douglas. We're not going to recognize anything in this place.
Oh, Vittorio just did.
He's got a book.
Well, yeah, but like, not immediately.
It'll depend on the situation. For now, Ethereum painted seagulls might not pose a big of a threat. If it's a giant ethereal dragon, then yeah, may be more of a case. It'll depend on what we find ourselves with. For now, let's hope that these seagulls won't cause any damage, and let's get a move on before we waste. It looks up at the sun, the sky. Non-existent sometime.
So can we just get to the big land part where the waves don't have a chance of knocking us off?
Oh, is that why you're decided to cling to me?
I cling to the strongest person here? Yeah, for sure. Yeah.
I thought he was just into your muscles.
I mean,
Yeah,
I'm
maybe
into
both.
muscles, not his. Can we go to the big land part?
That's where we're going, Darius. Yeah.
Alright. We're gonna make some like little checks to see what you guys find during your time on this island.
Of course.
That would be something like foraging.
Everyone rolling
Boring.
foraging?
Am I blind? Oh, there we go. There's foraging.
Are we all doing this?
Yeah, do we all roll foraging? Oh, I think she's just a thing.
I'm just using 100% of my brain power right now to think right now.
Fair.
My apologies.
Well, a cheese.
Apologies.
Delicious.
She likes cheese.
Don't we all?
I mean, debatable.
I was gonna
I
say,
mean, if you all want to, then yeah, you can make a group foraging check.
is a quick question, Amber.
Yeah.
Is this for how do I say this? is this literally like to find like all kinds of things, or is it literally just for like food or like creatures?
We're talking all kinds of things. I don't think you guys have any specific thing that you wanted. You just wanted to explore the islands, right?
Yeah, no, I like
Mhm.
that's why I'm asking. Like, if I'm like, oh, I want to maybe see if I can find some interesting elementals. I imagine that's still foraging.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, then I'm gonna help.
It's just going to be scraping
Okay.
together whatever you're finding on the beaches or on the island itself.
And this is
Like-
a day. This is a day check.
So I'm combining the investment of time with obviously the foraging check.
Yeah. I'm happy to roll the foraging check. I don't know if anyone is able to assist.
No, that's why I asked if it was a long one. Otherwise, I'd give you some inspiration.
In wise words of Vincent, I don't know shit about fuck when it comes to
I'm-
botany,
I-
so
All these homies can only live from supermarket, like they don't know
I
how to
mean,
really take care of
yes.
themselves.
Yep.
But I mean, I'm willing to like help. It's just I don't think mechanically I'll be of help. Zaris is helping. He's doing something, but I don't.
I mean, if you have any checks that you think might be of use, then I might be able to give an alternative, you know?
I
benefit.
was because I specifically am looking for cool elementals or like maybe interesting elementals that I haven't seen before, and that is my lore interests. Could I maybe make a lore elementals check, or at least help with a lore elementals check? All right, let's do it. Not fantastic.
Or you have a +1.
+1. Nice. Okay.
It's
Can I roll forensics, for example?
What would you like to do with this forensics?
I'm looking for signs of life. With that, I mean civilized life. I'm looking for traces left by people, etc., etc.
Go ahead and roll. Lawrence? You sounded like you wanted to say something, but that might just have been you coughing and me misinterpreting. Very well. +1 to Vittorio again.
Yeah, it's total of +2.
Oh, I believe in you, Vittorio.
Big.
Weird other question, Amber. I know this is a long check. Could I help in some way by giving Vittorio all of my bardic inspirations?
That's
Yeah.
that's a lot of bardic inspiration.
I mean, I know, but I was like,
I
it's
can
a
also
long
just
check
portent this,
over.
right?
It's a long check over a day, so I'm like, I know it's longer than 10 minutes, so I was seeing if maybe if I could give him all of mine.
this
Which is
check
5.
over the entire day.
Yeah, it said like the entire day of basically. This is a summary of us going through the entire island.
Okay.
I've got 5 bardic inspirations.
Can I portent this roll? I was talking with Mark about portents last time, and I don't think there's like a duration limit, but I imagine the end call is very much the M5, so I'm putting that on the table if that's possible.
I think you can portent it.
If we want, I can do that. There's no problem with me.
Yeah, go ahead.
It's up
If
to
you'd
you.
like, of course, that's the most important thing.
Was there something you wanted to say or do, Lawrence? Because like I asked you before, but you might have walked away.
No, I heard you, and I didn't say anything, and you were like, "Is there anything for you?" And I'm like, "Not really." But then I understood that it was over a whole day this check, and everyone was contributing, so I thought I could do something with observation, or
Yeah,
maybe
go ahead.
legislate, or maybe even Aether Kindred. But but if you know, Tokas is just gonna portent it anyway.
I'm not
I mean-
portenting Vittoria, who's foraging for useful plant life, animal life, and things of the likes.
Oh, okay. In that case, I would like to. I have this idea in my head that maybe there's like buried treasure, or maybe there is some like resemblance of this island to the island me and Vittoria were on. Which means there are people. If this is that island, then there are people on this island, or at least were people at some point.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I just like to keep my aim like. Oh, actually, wait a second. I just had an idea. Could I use my witch sight to kind of like Zarius was saying how like witch sight was like bigger here. I'd like to do kind of like that avatar thing that they do in the blue people avatar, where they put their braids into like a tree and then they can sense their like surroundings through
Well,
that
Do you
network.
want to put your head in a tree and sense your surroundings?
I'd like to use witch sight to try and like maybe connect to the land and sort of understand it maybe, or gain some sort of insight. Is this the place I was looking? Is this the place me and Vittoria were on? Were there people here once? Is there any kind of like almost like imprints left by people in the same way like we leave imprints passively, but then magic casters leave larger imprints, and the casting of spells in particular leaves even larger depending on the type of spells cast.
Okay, go ahead.
Yippee! I'll use my human determination.
Determined.
25.
He's so determined.
Alright, and then Vittoria's roll is a 17 base.
All right.
17 plus 5 from me, and then
Did everyone who want to do something do something?
I think the only one is Vincent that's not done something.
I've just been sat here thinking of what I can do, but sorry guys, I don't really have anything that's good for survival or anything like that. I
That's
mean,
okay.
I've got like, I can be a bit creative maybe. I can say I can use maybe a climbing check to, I don't know, get around and get a better scope of things. Maybe it makes it easier to pinpoint things if I can climb around the trees and stuff.
It depends. What is it that Vincent is interested in finding here?
Whatever the group wants to find.
They
I'm
all want
here
to find something different. Unfortunately,
We're here for ourselves.
everybody is here for themselves. Maybe this is the
Then
time to figure out what you would like.
that's a deep question.
That is correct.
Well, for now, until I realize what I guess I'm trying to get out of this place, for now, I guess I will just try and assist people. I'll help Vittorio by, I don't know, like I said, using Klein to find a vantage point to spot the things that he wants to find a bit easier, perhaps.
Go ahead.
There you go.
Can you also make me... Actually, no. People will get to that in a moment. Artie, you take an entire day to scour Bulwark Isle up and down from the waves that lap at its sandy, rocky shores to the highest vantage points where trees reach dozens of feet high. And you find quite a few things with these results.
Hey.
Lawrence tries to reach out to the ground
Yippee!
and finds himself unable to because rock is just rock. But with his witch sight, he does feel that there's life around him. The plants in this place are a bit more aware, shall we say, than the ones that you are used to.
Yes.
and feeling them. It's not quite the same as, avatars using their braids to talk to plants, but what you can feel is that each of these plants brims with life, and they brim with aether that they drink from their roots, which are dug deep below the rocky grounds where they lap away at liquid aether. And that liquid aether speaks through plants, through the imprints that it leaves upon plants. There are plants here who look like they have grown in the pattern of letters, although none of these letters or symbols mean anything to you. You can feel one plant and the one beyond and then the one beyond it, as though all of their roots are connected with one another, and through that you find gaps in their network. Places where it is quiet, where there is nothing, nobody talking or whispering, because there's an absence of plant life. Let's see. Following this absence, you eventually lead the party to one of several clearings, where you find half a dozen tents, or the remnants of them. There's a couple of, small critters, something that looks like bugs with way too many legs that chitter about, and that quickly scuttle away beneath a rock and vine when they see you. There you find, lodged into the ground, a wooden stake. And this is what it looks like.
Crew taken to large rocky island by beasts from the depths. These islands are unsafe. Do not linger.
Nice.
Good news. Good and bad news, I suppose.
Good.
We're gonna look at our ship moving towards a large rocky island of its not of our volition, and we're like, suspicious.
Was the ship always there?
Hold on a moment. Well, it means that someone was here, and it means that there are creatures nearby, so I suppose it's a warning that will definitely come in handy. But if there are people, then likely there is more than just people.
I mean, there are no people. There's monsters.
And people. Well, probably dead people, but...
I look at him confused, like, then they're not here anymore.
Cyrus, what they had is left behind. I would love to talk with an actual person, but if that's not the case, likely a ledger will suffice.
Yeah, we can.
Maybe there's a corpse somewhere around. Speak with dead might be useful.
I would definitely find use in that, yes.
So that's probably gonna be on the other island. If
Likely,
they were
yes.
taken there, but can see if any ledger or journal or anything might have survived in this camp.
We'll take a look.
Yeah.
Maybe we're lucky.
Well, let's hope that we're luckier than these poor fucking fools.
Hmm.
Definitely.
Knowing us, definitely not.
Nope, Zarius. Optimism, remember?
I mean, optimism is that's good and all. I just find it funny that that was the island Arius wanted to go to.
Well, guess we'll learn not to trust his instinct then.
I mean, we were still gonna go there, I imagine, but
I would say
We'll
you say
definitely
not trust
go there.
my instinct, and let's go back 2 seconds. Maybe there's a ledger. Wait a minute, Tokas. You just said you wanted to go there.
Well, of course, later.
So we trust Zarius' instinct.
Yeah, I think there's no need to be dismissive of him like this.
I was not attempting to be dismissive. It was supposed to be a joke, but I suppose I'm not as good as I believed.
yeah, Jory is also like, I mean, yeah, I was trying to make a joke, but never mind.
You guys really need
It's
to
either-
work on the delivery of your jokes.
Yeah, I suppose it's either my delivery or simply the seriousness of the situation. Nonetheless, let's finish exploring this place, and then we'll ponder whether to actually go to that island or check out the other two before.
Well, from the look of this, I can only assume that the people that have left this or warned us or whatever you want to call it, most likely already long dead. So it's not like we're in any rush to get there. So
Definitely not. And, well, what I'm wondering is if there are other settlements on the other two islands detailing these monsters that these people talk about. Not a very eloquent stake, I must admit, but perhaps there are more to talk about whatever creatures linger on what I can only assume is Sandin Island.
Yeah. Well, let's have a look around in the remains of the camp first, and
Yeah, if we luck out, we'll find some written paper. If we don't, as
do
grim
not.
as it is to say, a skull will suffice.
We don't find any.
Unfortunately, this is all that remains of the camp.
Is it possible that we could attempt to determine how old this equipment is, or how
That's a good one.
how long it is it has been standing here? You said there were some bugs around, but I didn't hear any description on how old some of the, I guess, the tents and whatnot look.
The tents are completely like sagged in on themselves, like the canvas has rotted away to the point that it's practically disintegrated.
oh yeah, these guys are long dead.
Well, did we find any creatures, by the way? Anything in terms of life, or besides the seagulls?
Yeah, there's also bugs here.
Bugs. Any chance I could have grabbed one? And like,
You can
me,
rule over it.
Yeah, maybe,
gods. Angry gods.
like pickpocket check to snag a bug.
yeah, no, I'm in the. I
They
might.
don't really like being picked up, so like they do try to like.
Do I
squirm
beat its
away.
AC? No kidding.
Yeah, you grab a bug. It looks like a centipede.
I'm gonna grab it from the back, and I imagine that based on my scales, these animals can't really bite through. But I'm not going to go at its mouth. I'm gonna just look at it. I'm going to not pocket it, but I'm gonna show it to Tokas.
Linka.
Just take.
Yeah, that looks like a
He holds
centipede.
out a bug to you, Tokas. It's
I
not
look at
quite
it.
a centipede, but yeah, it's a bug.
Well,
Not an animal expert, but if we're here to investigate, he holds out the bug for you to grab.
The bug squirms.
Yeah, not
yes,
realizing
first.
that the bug is large enough to grapple Tokas.
Yes, of course. No, Zarius, I don't need to go and look at every piece of rock or living thing you pick up. When I see something worth of researching, I will.
Even a little. What kind of researcher are you?
Well, why don't you tell me what kind of researcher you are?
The picky kind.
Well, I'm not the picky kind.
No, I wasn't referring to Zaris, don't worry about it.
I'm going to make a beast lore check, Amber.
All right, you look at the bug. You make a
I'm
beast
gonna
lore
make-
check.
Where the fuck is beast lore? Oh, it's beast lore. It's not called lore beast lore. It's just beast lore.
It is called beast
I
lore.
have no idea. This is a special bug.
Yeah. You look at the bug, Zarius. It looks at you with its little, like, it's got two of these beady black eyes on the top of his head, and then it, like, unfolds these little, like, long pincer arms from, like, underneath its bug body and, like, tries to grab your nose.
What the fuck? You're gonna be Jerry's food.
Definitely wouldn't feed someone a bug. I don't know what it does.
Oh, well, yeah. Jerry probably doesn't like it. But Jerry's gonna need to eat something here.
Well, we take a moment to find out what is actually edible or not. I'm afraid if most of these creatures are tainted by Ethereum, they're not edible, but I'm sure someone that cooks here will likely know more, that being Talrus.
I'll keep it. Do I have anything to put the bug in?
Bug
No.
Like
It will
bug
be the
bag.
bug.
Ah,
Well-
the pocket terrarium.
Well, let's go back to the ship then.
I suppose so. Finish the rendezvous of this place, and then we'll figure out where else to go.
Did we check out Earthward Ridge?
I mean, I've only finished describing
Oh.
what one
Oh,
person,
yep.
like,
Oh, sorry.
contributed.
Sorry, my bad. I thought this was everyone. I thought,
No,
okay.
it's
my
okay.
bad. I apologize.
It is okay. Zarius. No elementals roam around on this island, but what you do find are actual tiny little portals that continuously spew forth water. And they are in, like, the most random of places. Some of them are just, like, hanging 3 feet off of the ground. Just a tiny little tear in reality, and water is just gushing out of nowhere.
Oh, and this is water? Like, this isn't ethereal expanse water, it's just water?
It doesn't glimmer, it is see-through.
Guys,
Mm-hmm.
water.
Is it though? Drink it.
You see, sorry, it's considering.
There is a
Hmm.
much safer way to figure it out. And Lucas will put his hand under the stream, and I'll try to witch sight. See if I can connect with this water.
And I imagine it's probably normal water. He like gestures around. Probably why there's actual vegetation here.
You
Well,
don't
we've
connect
heard
with
the
water.
Okay. Well, vegetation is told to be adapting to the ether and absorb nutrients and life through the weave itself. So
Mhm.
I'm assuming it doesn't require a small rivulet of water for an entire island. But this is potable water. This is likely a portal to the elemental plane of water. Very small one.
Could you
I'd love to be able
So
to
if I-
recreate something like this.
So if I
It's a
stick my...
portal.
Can you pick it up?
But no, it's a gate. Gates are fixed.
It's a river.
If I were to stick my hand in it, which I'm not going to do, this is
Put your
purely
hand in the hole.
this is purely theoretical.
Put your hand right now in
My-
the elemental expanse of water.
My
hole.
arm would experience the elemental plane of water.
I am afraid it would mostly be water with the every now and then danger beyond our comprehension. So
I mean, yeah, I'm not going to do it. The idea is amazing, right? This should be fascinating. Like, this doesn't happen much where we're from.
I
No,
guess it
you're-
depends on where you are. The Valic
No.
clans happens a lot more often.
Well, I mean, but they're not like this. Like,
They don't have
when there's a
stable portals.
portal, I mean, I imagine these stable portals are large because they're stable. At least that's what I imagine it as.
No, stable it just means that it's affixed.
But it
Okay.
doesn't go away. It just stays there for.
But I imagine they are still rare.
I mean, there are almost no like portals in the Valley
Yeah.
Lands.
I mean, from Zari's perspective, Castanella, I imagine portals are relatively rare, like this.
I mean, yeah, like I know your planet is kind of fucked, but like permanent fixtures of like tears in reality are not that common.
Yeah, but that's my point. So that's why Zari's is like, this is amazing. Like, barely anyone in their life would get to witness. I mean, I know we just traveled into a different plane, and the wind there works through elemental plane portals, but we get to see it up close.
We have seen up close the Immaterium, and we have
I mean,
sailed through
yeah,
it.
there's a lot of cool things, but we shouldn't not be amazed by the little things.
No, amazement is a necessary feeling. That's what drives progress forward.
Wait, maybe.
But-
Oh, go ahead.
No, the Vittoria just fucking frowns. He's like, I really wouldn't call the Immaterium amazing or cool.
I mean,
Not cool, but
it
definitely
is amazing. Like, amazing things can be bad. You know, when we were working on the forge on my scythe, Tokas, that place was amazing. Fucked, but amazing.
Fucked is a relative point of view. I thought it was quite nifty, the architecture. Of course, I would do it a lot less dead people iconography. That's quite off-putting, but you know, when your culture is skinning people and hanging their skulls on your front door, you can't really blame the owner of the house.
I'm gonna try one more thing. I'm gonna lean my head close to the water amber. I'm gonna speak primordial to it.
To the water?
To the port, through the portal. I'm like, anyone there? Hello?
Probably a D100.
All right.
High or low?
Leviathan.
I'm
Comes out of-
gonna say hi.
You don't get an answer, Zarius.
Damn.
The water
So-
continues dribbling into this little like pool.
Damn.
Well, refill your water skins. You're here. And,
I mean, we gotta just come back to here like when we leave up. We can keep our water stocked.
yeah, I suppose. It's not like our supplies took that big of a hit since the last 8 hours.
I mean, no, but like after the 10-day, might as well, right?
Yeah, we might.
I'll gulp down the rest of my water skin and then refill.
Double gobble.
Same. Yeah.
You fill it with fresh water from another plane.
Persian on the water elemental. They're cooked.
Another expanse.
So, would you think that the water inside the elemental plane of water is wet? No, I'm kidding. I'm kidding.
I refuse to have this
We're not having this conversation.
I'm kidding.
The one thing the party can agree on, we are not having this whole
Yeah, for sure. No, we are not.
I put a drop of my blood in this water and then I turn it into holy water. Bismillah.
Everyone in the entire elemental plane of water just dies.
It turned the elemental plane of water into holy water. Lawrence puts puts his hand in a triangle and puts it in front of the little hole.
Yeah. He just puts
What was it?
pyrene against the fucking hole, and it just turns the entire elemental plane of water into holy water.
That's right. You have been promoted.
Holy water elemental flow it.
Virtual sin forgiveness for all elementals.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I'll take it. I'll leave. I'll nod at the little port. I'm just say, I'll try again when we get back in 10 days.
And so you do. Vincent and Vittorio.
Mhm.
You find two things upon this island.
Bananas.
Not bananas, no.
And I don't want to hear it.
It's a mango.
You do find things that look like food.
Are,
Banana.
I
are
don't
they
like how she worded that.
are they
Things that look like food.
are they ethereal mangoes?
No,
No,
stop.
okay.
Bananas.
This island is actually full of wildlife.
Mm.
There aren't just bugs and there aren't just aether gulls, but there are creatures which very much look like feral pigs and also small monkeys.
Small monkeys.
I want the monkey, bro.
That's where all the monkeys
You don't
went.
understand how much it pains me to say this, but
That's
there
where
are.
the monkeys went.
Yes, I banned them all to the aether, and then you guys went there. So
Time to go for a giant ape hunt.
on top of that, you also find these large brown nuts.
Damn.
Nuts. Let's go. I love them.
Anyway,
Which
let's
Vincent has to
go back.
retrieve because they are up in the top of trees, so he has to climb into them.
Oh, I'm on it, Tarzan style.
Yeah.
We might be the very first people that found these nuts. What would you name them?
Jesus.
Fair.
That was what I was aiming for.
D's.
Get some nuts of these.
Victoria, can you make me a herbalism check while these guys are deezing it up?
Yeah, sure.
Victoria, can you catch these hands?
Can I apply my botanist on this?
Yeah, I forgot I'm a botanist. That should
What
be
does
good.
your botany do?
Features.
Dee-dee-dee-dee-dee-dee-dee.
Feature. Where are you?
Feature.
Seriously, where is it? Is it? Oh, it's a passive thing. I'm still stupid. There you go. It is whenever you make an intelligence, nature, or herbalism kit check to determine the properties of plants, you can add your profession die to the roll. So I don't know if this is intelligence or wisdom. Okay. Herbalism.
Mm-hmm.
Well, yeah, thing. It's not really my day today. I don't know what to say.
I can help.
Shall we call it a day?
Oh, it gets even better because I rolled that with wisdom, so it's even lower. It's two lower. For a total of 6.
I have botany as a skill.
Hey, also could have given your bardic inspiration, but you know.
But now it is too late. Vittorio, something about these, something about the nuts looks kind of familiar to you, but you can't put your finger on it.
That's what Victoria says. Is like, I feel like I've seen something like that before, but
you haven't. So they haven't been named, and I'm the first to find them.
That's a stretch, but
So they will be called Vinuts.
That's the worst thing I've
That's
ever
the worst
heard.
name I've ever heard. Oh, jinx.
Oh,
Look at Tokas.
Well, harvest some of those things that I will not call the nuts. Name pending. You could probably come up with something better.
every great explorer names what they find after themselves. Guys,
Call them Nuts of Vincent if you'd like.
What about Sen?
I'm not going to say Vincent's nuts. I mean, come on, I'm not.
What about Sen? What about Sen nuts?
What?
Sigma.
It's CENT
Ligma.
nuts. Sen nuts. Like the last part of your name.
Velta nuts.
Ligma.
Oh, I suppose my name is Veltaria. Sometimes I forget this.
Vincent, these things are pretty like stuck to the trees. They're pretty like tightly on there.
Oh,
How would you like to
cute.
try and get them off? Stop.
Are they?
You made fucking assholes.
Are they a stem or are they like
Yeah, they're all
fermented
stems.
to the bark? They're on stems. Okay, well I'll grab the nut, and I'll grab the stem, and I will use my left hand, which is cradling the nut, and I will twist it whilst holding the stem still, as if to twist it off of the stem.
Twisted.
Give me an exert check.
Hit him with a good old kick twist.
Nuts are horrible.
Hold on those nuts, Vincent.
Well, I can do.
I'll
The
give you
nuts
a
are not
bardic
tiny. They
inspiration.
the Vinuts definitely fill your palm.
Not calling that.
Oh, damn. I'm gonna use my bardic inspiration to give to help Vincent take some nuts.
The nuts.
Exit,
Oh,
right?
man.
Yeah.
You can roll a d8.
Plus a d8. Yeah.
It's over for these nuts.
16 for Vinuts.
These
crushed
nuts
those
will be mine.
These Vinuts are making me feel sick. All right, roll me a 2d4, Vincent.
I shall do exactly that. Oh, max.
You managed to get 8 good nuts.
Nice. The other one's a little bit shriveled, a little bit
8
shrunk.
Vinuts.
Mm.
8 Vinuts.
I mean,
I think it was
Like-
a Freudian slip there.
I don't know what you mean. What was a Freudian slip?
No. That they were
What?
good. That they were good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What do you mean they're a handful? That automatically means they're good nuts.
Yeah,
How
that's
big
it.
are the Vinuts, actually?
Yeah, they fill your palm. They're like decent
Oh.
sized.
Oh,
nuts.
damn.
Just a single
Ah.
one fills
It's
his
like-
palm.
It's like
Yeah.
a fucking orange. What the hell?
Yeah, it's like an orange sized nut.
But
Oh,
the
it's a
exterior
coconut.
of them is like coconuts, like they're
Yeah, they're
solid.
like
solid?
crazy hard. You see the like little monkey
Me too.
creatures that are like scrambling about here. They use rocks and then they beat the like nuts on the rocks until they crack open and then they eat the inside.
So
Mm.
they beat the nuts. Okay.
Yes,
Well,
they beat the
um,
nuts.
Damn,
I
let's
suppose we
get on
can
that.
save them, and when we get back to the ship, take a look at what exactly they might do.
Yeah.
Can't wait to find out how useful the nuts are going to be.
Well, we'll find out how useful these nuts are going to be. I wouldn't try to eat them, says looking up at the monkeys. These things are eating them, but at the same time, we don't know
What
if they're
even
already
is that?
poisoned. That looks like a.
How
vaguely-
big are these?
Kind of looks like
monkeys? Are they
kind of.
like chimpanzees or like? What are we What are we dealing? What are we dealing with here?
Remember when she has to describe monkeys? Time to go on a giant ape
I
hunt.
hate it.
Let's go.
Oh, I hate those. God, okay. They are. God. Like the size of a cat. They are. I mean, to you and me, if you like looked at them a long time, you would think it looks like a monkey. But like, I don't think it really. They don't look that much like monkeys. You know, they have like the basic bipedal body structure. They have very large eyes, but their skin is a very like pallid color, and it's also more leathery than like furry. Also, their arms are. Their like upper arms are like regular arms, but then their lower arm splits off into like 2 parts. So it kind of looks like they have either really long hands with like fucked up fingers on the ends, or that they have like 2 arms on each arm.
Guys, it's like Ulcaris. These people come from our fucking world. That's crazy.
Monkeys! Yeah, this is
Monkey.
the evolutionary line that I condemned to this.
Let's take one as a pet.
One day
I
Ember
will-
went to Arkhona and opened a portal and kicked all the fucking monkeys into the expanse.
I will like to try and confine in a monkey. I will give a vinut to a monkey. I will stand there and hold the vinut out to one of these monkeys.
Always give the monkey some vinuts.
How do these monkeys react to me offering my vinuts to them?
Can you make me Jesus Christ. Can you make me a crittery check?
Yes. I can with my +1.
These fucking monkeys are gonna eat you alive. They're going to skin you.
It will be what it will be, man.
It'll be what it'll be. Vincent, the monkey gives you this look. Wait, can I put this image here?
What the fuck is that?
Oh, what the fuck?
Yo,
Oh.
that monkey got waves. God damn.
Oh,
That monkey got
He kind of like gives you like a frowning expression, and he like looks at his own Vinnut, and he just like turns his back on you.
Yeah, well,
Oh.
I guess he wasn't very happy about that. Maybe they're not fresh anymore, you know?
maybe. Okay, well. See, this is why I fucking hate pets.
Well,
You
he
didn't
really
even
do a great
try.
job either.
What do you mean? I offered him my vinut.
That's not how animals work.
Animals
Also,
are
are you
stupid
seriously
things. They
calling it
see
vinut?
creatures. They see food. I offer food they like.
They take it.
Yeah, I mean, they already
And then they leave.
They already had food, so I mean, you know.
Guys, in the
maybe.
background, you see 2 of the monkeys like chitter at each other, and like one of them appears to be making the same motion that Vincent was to the monkey, like trade offer.
I'm going. You know what? I'm gonna look at Vince and say, you know what? Just for you. Oh wait, let me do it. Stop monkeys!
Darius,
Hey.
you hear the most heavily accented like like this. It doesn't make a lot of sense to what these monkeys are saying, but you're pretty sure you. And then he made me a trade offer.
He really did undersell you, did he? Zarius goes going to say to the monkeys.
Are you seeing what I'm seeing? Both of the little monkeys turn to you, Darius.
I don't know.
Okay, I
I'm
don't
seeing
want-
two. I'm seeing 2 very cool-looking creatures.
They kind of like grasp the branches around them with their like strange arms. And they look down at you with their very large eyes.
My friend's kind of offended that you took his Vinut without being anything nice to him. I told him that's not how it works.
They didn't take my vinut.
Yeah, just
Oh.
I did not take any nut.
No, I get it. So, did you guys see anything interesting around this island? I just
You.
suddenly hear, "Let me go, motherfucker!" I'm like, "Oh, sorry. You know, you're gonna be chopped up, little insect. Don't stop."
It's very interesting how Zarius' cruelty towards bugs keeps perpetrating through the
No.
different times that we spent together.
Uh,
Where was the shrimp? You remember in Black Clone? He like snuffed the life out of that little creature just to show off.
yeah, just because they could. That was kind of
Okay,
weird.
It's always like creatures that are like tiny, you know, something that fits in the palm of his hand. He feels like he has total control over it.
Anyway, Mister, what is your name?
Oh my god.
Their name is
The
Gnat.
monkeys look at you, and then like they look at each other. What?
These guys
Never
what
mind.
The fuck's your name, bro?
Have you guys seen anything interesting around, or like shinies, like specific cool items, like broken ships?
And one of them begins chewing on the Vinnut. It sounds like he's eating chalk, like
Eating cornstarch.
straight up.
Look,
Me
we
eating
guys,
unpopped popcorn, yummy.
guys, we might need your help. Could you guys help us out?
Why?
There's some Vinnuts in it for you.
he like spreads his like double forked arm out. All the Vinnuts are mine.
Okay, fair.
Yes, the name's catching on.
We have other food outside of Vinnut.
But I only eat Vinnuts.
No. Here, I grabbed some jerky from ration. Like, here, try it. Very
What's
good.
that?
It's food.
He holds the Vinnut up. This is food.
And this is also food. Just trust me, try it.
Savagery check.
You... Sure, go ahead. You see the other one like lean in and like softly say, "If you eat it, you will end up looking like him."
What? Yeah, I'll make a savagery check. You know what, Amber? I'll use my
Commune with
draconic
monkeys.
influence on my savagery check.
Domesticating.
Domesticating.
Dances with the monkeys.
22.
Time for a true display of skill.
Try some. And we got a lot of it, so help us out. And you guys get some more.
And all you want is shiny things.
Something like that. You guys come aboard on the ship. You guys kind of look ahead of us. You guys are agile, fast. You guys know anything about the other islands?
The monkeys look at each other.
Other islands?
What's an island?
What's an island?
They're like,
Island.
like whatever you're trying to communicate to them is like vaguely translated, and they like look off into the distance. I don't think so.
Ah, come on. Anyway, still try it. Come.
The first of the Aether monkeys will reach out and take the jerky. And they'll have like a little like they bite into it, and there's a like loud crunching sound.
That's how we ruined the entire ecosystem.
Pretty good, right?
The monkeys become carnivores.
Ah, no, come on.
Blech.
No. Come
Sorry,
on.
can you not poison the local wildlife?
I'm not poisoning them. What the?
Maybe they're vegetarian, and now you've made them eat meat. This might be like a weird thing.
Stars,
for them.
you can see that they have not one or two, but 4 tongues, and they kind of like open up like a flower petal and like wrap around the food. But like the like flower petal goes bleh, open again as they spit it out. What does that taste?
Yeah, they clearly don't like it.
They don't like it. Anyway, we're friends now, right? We're friends now.
You
See-
have been
see-
promoted.
I'm gonna like, kind of like pull Vincent close. I'm gonna pull Vincent close. Vincent,
Huh?
you see a wicked grin on Zaris's face.
I don't like the look on your face, Aris.
He's like, guys, do you see that big ship over there? And I point like this direction where our ship is. It's very tiny now, but it's very big. I promise.
Yes.
My friend here is captain of that ship. Right? You're captain, right, Vincent? Just nod. Just nod.
Yeah, I'm the captain. Of course I am.
He needs a co-captain. And with your agility, 4 arms, I think you'd be the perfect candidate.
Cyrus, what are you saying to them?
I think he's insinuating for them to become your pet. You know, the thing you abhor so much?
Yeah, that sounds like what he's doing.
How did he become the captain?
He's strong. We follow him because we trust him. Because he leads us to treasure, to food, to safety, to warmth.
I mean,
But I have food.
But you'll have all kinds of different food.
But I don't like your food.
Not just this food.
It is gross.
Yeah, but this is one of the foods we have. We have a lot of food.
The monkeys
can-
discuss with one another. Listen, we believe that supreme executive power should derive from a mandate from the masses, and so we must confer about this.
What the fuck?
You just Etharis,
What the fuck did he just say?
the monkeys don't know what a name is, but democracy lives on.
Democracy.
Where is
This
this?
is in my heart.
So where is this
Scotland
democracy of
forever!
yours? So can we
It's
come?
honestly a good thing that I don't understand what the fuck's going on, because I would be like, what the fuck did they just say?
You just see Zari's like.
Locked in.
So can we come to this democratic
come.
election?
No, you've already voted for the captain. It is our time to vote.
No, you're not taking our ship. We're not taking this island.
I don't want your ship.
We're offering one of you to come onto the ship. Sail the world, feel the adventure.
Barrett's gonna dead ass kidnap some monkey. He's gonna be like, let me go back to my island, and then it's just like, we're not going back there.
Crazy work. I keep finding more unhinged pictures of the monkey.
And then we're just gonna have to fucking like put it down or lock it in a cage forever.
Yeah, also Tharius is the only one that can understand it with speak with animals. So, it's
Yeah.
Correct.
he'll just
What
gaslight
the
everyone.
fuck?
Like,
Yeah,
so,
the conversation is only one-sided for us.
so if one of you can help out, that'd be great. I think you make perfect shipmates.
Pimp mates.
Nobody said that.
I don't know,
I
man.
think you're just hearing what you want to hear,
I
Lauren.
think you said the
That's
ship
true.
mates.
Incredible. The monkeys will consider your offer.
Nice.
Ask the monkeys if there are others like them.
Well, yeah, that's why it's like, are there more monkeys here? I don't say monkeys. Are there more like you? Because I don't know what a monkey is.
Yes.
A lot?
They kind of like make a like motion, like weighing with their hands. It's busy.
It's busy. I communicate these parts to the party.
That's
What,
great.
what is this AI video? What is going on? What did you do?
What the fuck was that?
Why did you do
What
that?
is this? I hate this.
I hate it too.
Why?
How did
But also,
Yeah, don't worry about it.
Crazy work.
What the fuck am I looking?
oh,
I don't understand.
What?
This is Arius as soon as he starts speaking with animals.
no, that wasn't me speaking to the bees.
Yeah, these are the fucking bards, man. They need to be stopped.
If their body doesn't move for like a minute, they'll die.
It's like, but they considered my offer, so that's gonna be great.
Mm.
But so there's more of you. Have you seen people like us on this shit on this place?
No.
No, I mean not like them. Maybe not like me, but like them.
Etharis, if they, I don't think these monkeys have been alive for more than a few years.
I don't know how these creatures work.
I'm just assuming these.
You can live for 300 years and you're
Now-
about the same height.
Oh man!
I'll remember that one.
Roland Muse.
alive.
Zombies will laugh at that.
At his own joke. He's laughing at his own joke.
Yeah, he's for
Uh,
sure laughing at his own joke.
He's like, ha ha ha, good one,
Like,
Zarius.
you just see my instrument, the drums be like, like a laughing sound. But anything else you want to ask the creatures?
Yeah. Are there bigger versions of them? Are there species similar to them? But
Are there bigger versions of you guys? Like our
I'm
height?
pretty big.
They are like small creatures, right? In terms
Yeah.
Are there creatures? Are there like versions of your people that are my height?
No.
Are there ones bigger than me?
No.
The answer is no.
Well, I suppose let's take.
Anything else?
We can ask them if they know about monsters on the rocky island.
You guys know about monsters on that island? I point so that I don't have to name them.
Monsters in the water.
Monsters in the water. Are there monsters on this island?
Only when they come out of the water.
The monsters can come out of the water, guys, and they will get on land.
Well, now I guess we know where the monsters that took the people here come from.
I mean, that
Mm.
makes sense
Yeah.
given, you know, there were people here and they were taken.
Yeah, and it stood.
Island, yeah.
I mean, didn't it say the depth? You know, on the.
Yeah, I suppose so. Does that mean we're dealing with something slightly intelligent? I mean, why take someone away?
I mean, if your house is on the water, but you can go on land, you take your food to your house, right?
Yeah, but then they
But I
took
took it to
the other
the.
island, not under the water.
Fair.
Mm,
Maybe they have some cave systems or something.
maybe it's like a demon rather than a actual creature.
Mm.
Could be.
Maybe.
Though it has some intelligence, that's as far as I can guess.
So I'm gonna point out to the monkeys, like, we'll be here at the end of the day. Then we're gonna take our a little boat to our ship. If you guys have a decision for us before then, that'd be great.
Very well.
Thanks.
The monkeys will confer.
I got you a parrot, Vincent.
It's not a parrot, it's a monkey.
Yeah, like your captain animal.
What do you mean you got me a monkey?
Well, I don't know. I don't got you anything yet. They're gonna discuss if one of them wants to, or if one of them or both of them wants to come on the ship to be your co-captain.
You thought about considering my proposition in all of this, Darius?
Zarius kind of laugh. He's like,
That means no, by the way.
I don't think they're going to, but it's fine.
Well, not much I can do about it now, is there? So,
Well, you can always grab the monkey and throw it back in the land. I'm not sure they're not gonna have strong wishes about exploring the unknown world. Whatever little creatures there are.
We'll hear about what they want at the end of the day.
Maybe you should hear about what it wants as well at the end of the day.
True. You should consider others' desires before making decisions for themselves.
I look forward to sharing my vignettes with everyone.
Yeah, well, before that, we'll have to see if they're even edible, and if they are, then we'll have to make sure that they're not useful for something. If they're native of this place and they've grown through ether alone, they must be inherently magical of some sort.
And the creatures can eat them.
Well,
Hey, see the monkeys chowing down on them.
the creatures are also very likely tainted by ether. I would imagine that if you throw them in the water, they'll just walk out unharmed.
Nom 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 nom. All right.
Let's finish this island and think about the next one.
You guys have found some water, some food sources. You didn't collect much of the food except the nuts, but there are food sources here in the shape of, well, feral pigs,
Yeah.
Pigos.
as well as some remnants of people. And then finally, Tokas, one more thing.
Hello, that's me.
Scouring across the dark shores, you find planks of rotting timbers along the north or airward shores of the island. With a bit of searching and the help of your spyglass, you find more and more signs that people have been here at some point.
On the very instant close inspection, are these planks the size of a ship, or are these planks the size of a boat? Like, are these big planks?
There are large planks, yes.
Oh. Okay. I guess we'll look at the shore littered with planks. Well, we might have found one of our wreckages.
Remember, you said that where was that they were on the shore that's facing the wind?
The airward, yes. So the northern shore.
So in between the earthward ridge and the thing, or like more on this part of the shores?
It is the airward by waterward shore.
Oh, okay, yeah. So like near the earthward ridge, basically.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And after the earthward bridge or in between?
I think it's before the earthward ridge. It's like on the main
Mhm.
island.
Okay. So like where our token is, or like down here?
Where your token is.
Okay.
Well, I suppose exploration is due time. Time to test out my theory.
Lucas.
Yeah.
With your check, you do find something. Especially with Lawrence also scouting from above every now and again, you guys very quickly find upon the earthward ridge perched between very rocky outcroppings and dark reefs a figurehead of an elven figure wearing a tunic and a pointed hat.
I look at our figurehead. I look at the figurehead. That's where I put a figurehead if we had one, but we don't. It's a perfect occasion. Take a squint at the shore of the Earthwood Ridge. Well, that's part of the ship. I would assume the rest is below. Why don't we get to Earthwood Ridge? I'll dive down below and see if I can see anything.
Is that safe?
Well, I'm not gonna dive down as myself, but usually it's safe as long as you don't ingest anything. Or open your mouth, if that's for the case. I would also not stay there too long. I did hear that submersion in ether can still produce negative effects if, prolonged.
Okay. I guess just make sure to cover your ears, nose. I mean, if you just cover your head, I think that'll be good. Because I imagine getting any on your eyes is not going to be good.
Yeah, well, it definitely shouldn't
That's right. You
enter
blink
your...
and then it goes inside your body, right?
Well, I guess it depends on the quantities. It's kind of like poison. If you take microscopic amounts of poison, little will happen, of course, depending on
I don't want to
what
put
you
poison
take.
in my eyes.
Well, no, but it's the same principle. If you put a tiny drop of poison on your tongue, most of the time it will have a less effect than gulping an entire bottle.
I feel like you're
That-
asking to go blind, but just protect your eyes.
Yeah, I do what I can. But for now, let's go see if there's anything attached to that figurehead. And Tukas will start unfolding the boat again as he makes another rowboat.
Wait, how far is it?
It's on the Earthward Ridge, so it's like 500 meters or 500 feet away from the shore. If Everest actually, doing a 500 feet thing.
You know how
I'm
tempting
not.
this.
Never mind.
How far is this?
A couple stones throws.
Like you could. No, I was just saying like you could jump it, but
You can't jump as far as you
Can't
can
jump
throw
a
a
couple
rock.
stones throws. No.
yeah, no, I misunderstood what. Yeah.
God, the fucking texture on the bottom of the ocean is so
Yeah.
I'll unfold the rowboat and I guess we start rowing to Earthward Ridge unless anyone has anything to say.
Yeah.
I assume
Oh,
with the 24, that also implies we've scanned this side of the shore and haven't found anything like treasure washed ashore or messages in a bottle and things like that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
As we sail from the point where we found the planks towards the figurehead, I'd like to test my theory, and as the boat is rowed, I'd like to run my hand through the liquid ether, and I'd like to make a witch sight. I'd like to wayfind, and specifically detect if there are any unusual things underneath the waves.
You can try.
Yeah, I'll try my best. Boom, balam, ba bam. 25.
I don't know if I would call it unusual, but there's definitely not just a great whatchamacallit, like vastness of emptiness beneath the waves. You sense reefs going all the way down, some of them coming just below the surface on your boat, while at some points the waters like sink down almost 100 feet. Definitely not a comfortable place for your big ship to be sailing around in, but
Yeah.
you sense the occasional rock and maybe some like other things that are like incredibly small that are also not made out of like living material, I guess.
Mhm.
Could be rotting planks.
Yeah, that's basically what I'm trying to see if I can detect any like major wreckage.
Mm-hmm.
In that case, but I guess it is a no. All right. I guess we'll sail on the other side.
I have. Actually, no, I can do that once we return to the ship. That's fine. Never mind.
Okay.
All right. Then we'll row our boat gently up the stream to Earthward Ridge and approach the elven figurehead with a hat, you said? Or
Mhm.
hood?
A hat.
Hat. Is it a wizard hat?
Don't you fucking dare! If that's a wizard hat, I'm gonna glue it to your fucking head. If it's a wizard hat.
The pointed hat.
Love it. All right. Is there a place where we can stand on the ridge, or is it just like
Yeah,
rock?
Climbing?
just land.
Oh, it's just
Hmm.
flat land. Okay. Yeah, and we'll park the rowboat and fold it again. I guess. Is it possible to make some sort of check about like maybe if this figure is recognizable from what Talros told us?
You may, but I will tell you that by the time you get there, you can see just near the figurehead, that it is more than just a figurehead alone.
Wreckage.
You see a very wounded, like piece of hull sticking out of the starry waters, with a name painted in a curly script across it. Legend.
Ah, this is it. It's the legend.
The legendary pirates.
The legend. No, it's the legend. From the
27?
rumor we got.
Yeah, it's
Alternatively, it's that
No,
fish from
it's-
Stardew Valley.
it's you're correct. I I like to imagine does Lawrence just say that, like the legend, or
Yeah.
yeah,
Good sight. I spot it.
no, oh Vittorio like looks at Lawrence and then looks at where you were looking. He's like, oh, hey, isn't that that one rumor I told you guys I heard about? I'm pretty sure that ship was called the Legend.
What
Yeah.
about the Ethereum fragment?
Yeah, some kind of. Actually, I don't know if that's the same one, but this was one rumor about some merfolk. Whatever the fuck that is. Called Emil something, and he like got wrecked here with his ship called the Legend, and was never heard from again.
Neil something.
I don't remember the last name.
Maybe there's a ledger down there?
But well, yeah, no ship name I remember at least. So definitely something we should check out. I think.
Do agree so too.
So
Our first wreckage, I suppose it's on to plunder, as they say.
I mean, wreckage. If it's a wreckage, half of it's submerged. No.
Yep, that means going under. Stoka says as he begins to unclip the white and colorful cloak around his waist, and he starts draping it around his shoulders.
Are we close at this point? Like we're like next to it. Do we
Yeah,
see
we
how it
landed
is in the
on the-
water? Yeah, but like if we're on the ridge, like are we close to the wreckage itself, where we can see how it is like lodged into the ridge?
Yeah. Only it's let me double check before I say the wrong word. Yeah, only the prow of the ship with the figurehead is like sticking out. There is a break going through the prow. Not all the way through to like snap the ship in half, but yeah, there's a break in the hull of the ship, and the rest of it is beneath the waves.
Well, if all ships are built roughly the same, the captain's cabin should be at the bottom.
That's going to be not good.
It's going to be exciting.
Exciting to
What
have
we
to
do
risk.
If something goes wrong down there for you.
What was that? Wait, sorry.
What should we do if something goes wrong down there for you?
Oh, I suppose fish my body up. Not really sure. Don't have a lot of spells to combat poisoning from Ethereum or creatures I've never seen before. Alas, when pioneers explore a new world, there's very little means to deal with it.
I mean, I think Victoria's like he's looking at the surface of the quote unquote water. Is like, I mean, I could probably, go down with you. Can just like rummages around. I can plug my ears with these. Pulls out a pair of literal air plugs that has a mechanical function.
Again, I don't think the ears or the nose or the eyes is going to be much of a problem. I think that's mainly why submerging in it for too long creates side effects. I think the things you have to avoid are ingesting it or inhaling ether in
Alright.
larger quantities.
I mean, it's if
Well, I mean, I can hold my breath for quite a while. So if anyone's gonna go with you down there, I suppose it should be me.
What's heavier? Aether or water?
They can't
Water.
quite. Oh, sorry, I thought it was in character.
Oh, sorry, I didn't.
No, it might have been. out of
My
character.
bad.
Like, I'm just wondering if, like, okay, yeah, water, I guess, a drop of water, like, sinks in it.
It doesn't. It
Lawrence?
explodes.
It
That's,
explodes.
Yeah, that's what I was responding in character. There's no point in weighing them because when water comes in contact with the ether, it creates a reaction that vaporizes both liquids. And in the case of extraplanar experiments with Ethereum or liquid ether, it generates a vapor of Ethereum that, if inhaled, causes poisoning, and if left alone, will somehow try to waft towards the nearest portal to the expanse. Which usually happens, when you're out of the expanse, so that's a good way to find your way in.
Okay. I just had a thought that maybe if Aether is lighter than water, then maybe I could create a large amount of water with a spell, and then you could be inside that water, and then the water
That's
would
clever.
sink, and you would go
Mhm.
down and be submerged in water.
But apparently it creates a big ass explosion. So keep that in mind.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I guess I won't do that.
More like
I mean,
a geyser.
maybe-
If you want an explosion, you should use fire. But like it's
Fireball.
Yeah, or maybe Lawrence, do keep that in mind, just for different purposes in the future.
Ember, water spells that control water and water breathing did not work, right? Because I remember asking you, but I wasn't sure if I got an answer.
I mean, I imagine water breathing spells don't work.
I don't know.
Like breathe, because you'd still
no,
breathing
there are
in the
specific
Ethereum.
spells for that.
Okay.
Funnily enough,
Different
Gabe,
spells for breathing underwater, but I need to double check whether some of the
I mean, in this case, it's just water breathing, and if water breathing doesn't work, then that's all I needed to know.
yeah.
Funnily enough, Gabe, I literally asked Amber in private channel, can you control water?
Yeah, we'll figure it out likely. But yeah. Anyone that wants to go in, they're more than welcome. But there is poison all around you, and likely evil. Well, not evil, but like menacing, unknown beasts of the likes. That's probably the part that interests me the most.
Yeah, which is why I'm suggesting I go with.
Yeah,
I mean,
that
I
would
could
work.
I do want to. I mean, I don't want to go with, but if there's anything you have to fight, I cannot help you.
I could come up with actually a quite ingenious system. Thank you for reminding me, Vittorio. I'll think about it when I get back to the ship.
I can try this.
Mm.
Well, I'm definitely going down.
Oh,
But also, Douglas looks at the figurehead. We are lacking a figurehead, aren't we?
I mean, what do you mean?
That our ship doesn't have a figurehead. And I've read a bunch of novels about pirates, and the most important thing about a vessel It's the figurehead. You know, it's the first thing you see in the front of the ship when you dock to a port.
Oh, like the dragon heads.
Yeah, sort of.
In the cast,
Did you say that the
Castanelan ships
figurehead
have
was
dragon head.
an elven figure, or what did
It
you say?
is-
I have it written down as an elven slim
Yeah,
figure.
I think
with a
our ship
hat.
Yeah,
does have
it
a
is-
figurehead.
No,
Uh,
this one is an elven
no.
figure, Mark.
Yes, this ship has a figurehead, which is an elf that is wearing a tunic, and he's got a pointy hat, and he's got a sword and a shield.
Oh, that just looks awesome.
Replace the sword and the shield with a halberd, and I mean, it makes sense. If you know what I
Okay,
mean.
no, that's too egotistical. I love egotistical.
I
That
think
goes
it
to be
actually
fun.
makes sense. You know, the captain should personalize the ship under his leadership. And then when there's a mutiny, they're going to take down the figurehead and mold it into the shape of the captain to be.
Sorry, you misspoke. You said when. I think you meant if.
Gives you
What
a
about
side eye, there's a bit of a smile.
If.
Oh my god, is it actually? It's Link. God, I hate it.
No, it's an elf with a pointy green hat.
Oh, but
Ah.
does he troop to the back?
Yeah,
Yeah, of course.
Link.
the lizard.
Yeah.
Is there a triangle on that ship?
Yeah, does he hold like a triangle or something like that? Is there a triangle on his shield?
That
Or the pommel of his blade, perhaps?
that form a triangle.
If you look inside the shield, there's a little ocarina right there.
Don't worry, don't worry.
Yeah,
Greg.
that's our figure. God damn. Well, time for some ether diving. First experience. That's
Well,
going
well,
to-
Before you
Yeah.
go, can I try something?
that depends on what you want to try.
Oh well, magic.
You know, you can explain further than just saying magic, Zaris. We've gone
Well,
over
I want to
your-
see how far I can take the ripple.
Sure, go ahead.
And well, I don't have any spell that would normally do this, so just gonna be feeling it out.
Uh-huh. We have time to spend.
I'm going to. How stable is it to climb on the bow? The that's the front of the ship, right? The bow.
The prow.
Prow.
The bow
okay.
is like the
It's fine.
belly of the ship.
I would not
It's a
like
stern.
try. I want to try to clip. I'm not good with ships, man. I've tried this many times. I don't know.
It's okay.
I'm gonna go to the prow, or of the thing.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm gonna try to do what I sent you in the private channel. I'm going to essentially try to use try to maybe not sing, but like use the request to try and push, see how intense I can push the water out of the way if I use magic, aka consume spell slot. If this doesn't work, it doesn't work. I'm just experimenting.
Mm-hmm.
But with the idea that the water was sort of soothed by singing, I wanted to see if I could. I'm gonna be a siren.
Sure, make me a spellcasting ability check.
Ooh, I'm great at those. No, that's a saving throw. Bam. Let's go! And I'd like to consume a 3rd level slot for this. In terms of power. Because I'm terrified of consuming a 4th level spell slot, because every time I've done that, Amber has been like, roll this really scary table that I still don't know the result on which I've rolled. So I'm terrified.
No, don't worry about it.
And with a pocket demon and a pocket beast.
And I'm specifically trying to simply push the water out of the ship. That's as far as I'm trying to push it. And when it comes to the casting, I'm not particularly. I don't want to say enforcing the will, but I'm more essentially letting it flow a bit differently. I'm trying to guide away currents so that there's a vacuum or like air bubble starts to exist, and essentially just ripples away from my point.
So it does, Zarius. A sort of conglomeration of energy begins to form, like near the brow, like near the figurehead. Like beneath it, the water begins to roil. And then it surges out away from you in like a conical shape, splashing across the bow of the ship, briefly revealing more of its whole ridden hull before it sloshes back to where it was before.
Damn, nice. I'm gonna jump to Tokas and say, well, that didn't work, but something did.
Was enlightening. Experimentation is always rewarding. So anyways, we still have to dive down.
Mm-hmm. Victoria's has been stretching.
Alright. Well, I'm assuming you're coming as well, Zorius?
Yeah. Yeah, sure.
Very good. I'm not sure how it works with your necklace and Ethereum. I wouldn't test it until we
I'm not
find
gonna
the
breathe
forward.
until I need to breathe.
I suppose that's true. Well, let's see what this ship has to offer.
Vincent and Lawrence, what would you guys like to do while they're diving down?
Should we keep watch while we wait for them to return? Or, Amber, our ship doesn't have a figurehead, but maybe taking this one would give us some sort of bonus or something to our ship, because if I remember, there are some figureheads that give bonuses.
Hey, if you want, you two could start trying to pry this figurehead off in some way.
Yeah, let's get the figurehead.
Vincent?
Yeah, sounds good to me.
And then we come into a port and they're like, yeah, that's the religious symbol of the god of evil elves. Whoa. And we're like,
Link, the god of evil elves. We worship him over there, over yonder in the water temple.
Let's all do the chant at the same time. Yeah!
Yeah.
Yeah!
Yeah.
Yeah!
Yeah!
Stop!
Yeah!
He's the best one. The elf is the best at making Link impressions.
He's
I
so
hate it
powerful.
here.
Too much playing Legend of Zelda when I was a kid, clearly.
Good shit.
Sitting there fucking cutting grass with your sword, fucking.
As it should be.
Let's have a look at them.
At who?
Oh, don't worry about it.
Brow.
As the 50 sharks coming and closing in your position after you disturbed their waters.
Ah, yes. The ship casts power word kill on you.
Alright.
Howard Beb.
Those two will
Go
go,
to bed.
those two will go do that. Well, the three of you begin to dive down into the wreck. Most of the legend has collapsed. But there's still a couple of areas which can be reached. And they are denominated by how long it takes you to get to them.
Mhm.
Which is a little bit... doesn't matter. Vittorio, how long can you hold your breath?
But I think 6 minutes.
Okay, yeah, none of these are problematic for you over much. Let me see. Yeah. There are 3 areas that are still accessible. Gunnery stations, crew quarters, and the captain's quarters, which are the furthest down of all of them.
Oh,
Gunnery stations, crew quarters, and
captain's
Caps.
quarters.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, we kind of need to go to the captain's quarters now.
Yeah.
Uh,
I think
what?
one by one. There's no need to rush.
I mean,
Well,
how?
searching them takes time, and
Does it
swimming
take-
to them also takes time.
Yeah, how much time does does it take?
It takes you 30 seconds to swim to the gunnery,
Mm-hmm.
and a minute to search the place.
Okay, so it's a minute to search the gunnery in 30 seconds. So 2 minutes for the gunnery in total.
Yeah, that's the
It
max I can
takes-
take.
It takes a minute to swim to the crew's quarters and a minute to search them. And it takes 2 minutes to swim to the captain's quarters.
I might have to.
As we see this, I have 2 questions, Ember.
Mm-hmm. Please be warned about the next scene.
Okay.
Everyone's PC just crashes.
Oh no, my hand
Nice.
can handle, but it looks pretty.
Nice.
The
my
Sub.
submersion fear.
Amber really chose an interesting thing to host.
Amber, the
I literally had a ship map. I have a ship map under the waves, and I genuinely could not put it on the screen because, like, it made me feel sick because there's like a fucking giant cliff next to it that goes into the abyss, and I'm like,
but to communicate with the tokens, right?
mm-hmm.
We still need to talk.
We can do telepathically tokens.
No. It says whispered
Yeah,
conversation.
you whisper. It's not
So
telepathic.
you still talk.
You receive it telepathically, but the person does have to whisper to the thing. That's how.
So
our
I'll
tokens work for
I'll
hacks
tap
as well.
on both of their shoulders as we see this. Let's get back out. Like he taps and just points back up. Because we can't communicate in the in here. So
Visual kind of looks at you like he gestures like further down the ship, and then he shrugs as he's paddling Aether, I guess.
Zarius just looks like, whoa, great for not communicating. He swims back up.
Yeah,
I mean-
we'll give it a tug on Vittoria's clothing and do a head nod towards the surface.
Yeah, like when Zarius starts swimming up, he's like, yeah, sure, he'll swim up as well.
Right, we'll get up again to talk,
Mhm.
I suppose.
Oh, fucking hate that. That was fucking shit. Oh.
It actually feels interesting. It's like it tingles on my skin.
It's not water, but it's
That's
water.
the Aether seeping into you.
I love it. Empower me.
Anyway, I don't think I have the breath to get to the captain's quarters.
Well, we'll go as far as we can go. We don't have to rush. We can take each quarter at a time, and we go as deep as we can go.
I could theoretically breathe.
Maybe.
But
What
I
are
do
each of
think-
your con scores?
+1, so I can only keep my breath for 2 minutes.
I keep it for 4.
I
Actually,
mean, I asked what your con score was, not what your.
Oh, 13. 13, sorry.
Okay, and Vittoria's plus 5. Okay.
Yeah, so the modifier was will matter. Yeah.
It's okay, I can calculate.
Yeah, no.
But if there's anything locked in there, I can get it open.
I mean, yeah.
I just don't want to breathe either.
It's a
Can't
good
you
idea.
breathe anything with your item?
I mean, yes, I can get
Yeah, but
air from Aether.
He's-
That is
we don't know if he
correct.
still ingests the ether, you know. We don't know what effect it has on the poisoning.
Very true.
I'm pretty sure the items say like you'll be fine.
I mean, I
Something
can
about
check.
inhaling poison, right?
I mean, yeah, if you're in a gas cloud and you don't get poisoned with your thing, then it probably works. Yeah.
Yeah, but I don't think just because you can breathe acid, the acid doesn't hurt you. You know.
I mean, but it does. I think if you breathe magma, it doesn't do anything to you.
No, you can
No,
breathe
it's still
magma.
you'll-
You still take 10d10 fire damage.
I mean,
you know?
yeah, but that's because you're also in magma. If you're breathing,
Well, yeah, you're breathing it.
No, like I mean,
Yes.
Yeah, but at the same time, if the liquid itself is innocuous, like the point of a gas cloud or poison cloud, if you can breathe in the poison and you don't get poisoned, then the liquid doesn't affect.
No, but I think this would be inhaled poisons, even if it's liquid. I'd have advantage on a save made against the liquid Aether, but if it did damage and I'd fail that saving throw, I'm still taking damage from the liquid Aether.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
At least that's what I'm reading. Like probably the weirdest cases, yes. If I could probably breathe sand without taking damage. But it's gonna hurt, but it's not like I don't take damage from breathing sand because sand isn't inherently like harmful, but things like acid and liquid Aether would be.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
That's my perspective.
Yeah.
So, Zaris is like, I'm fine with being able to explore the gunners. I was gonna ask Vittorio, can you check out if the door is? What if we split up?
Why? We have time. There's no reason to split up.
Fair, but I was like, if Vittorio can check if. Oh, sorry. Give me a moment. Sorry, I had to sneeze like a motherfucker. I was like, but if we. I have a spell that can open up any door, so I only need to see the captain's door.
You see it from down here?
I don't know. I look at Amber like from. What is the distance in swimming I need to do to see a door?
The ship is over like 100 feet long.
So not that long is what I'm hearing.
Can he see you from?
Because the captain's door is directly underwater, right? It's like directly onto the deck.
Yeah, it's on the deck.
So seeing the door, let me quickly check how close. Like get it. How long would it take me to get within 60 feet of it? Imagine like it's 1 dash, 2 dash, so 4 rounds to get directly within seconds.
No, it takes 2 minutes to swim down to the captain's quarters, even if the ship is 100.
Yeah, no, I understand that, but I only need to be within 60 feet of the captain's quarters.
Yeah, you don't need to be all the way down, but can you cast while submerged in liquid?
I can, and if it's 2 rounds down, I can still be fine going back up.
Is it not? There's no verbal components for knock?
There is, which means in my exhale breath I do it, and then I have 2 rounds to get back up.
Ah, yeah.
There's
So
this is me out of character, by the way, because I don't know. I don't think Victoria has seen you cast knock before.
He's never cast knock before.
Yeah, exactly. So I'm just saying, maybe not the best idea to make an audible thing out to 300 feet while submerged in liquid with creatures around?
Yeah, that's also true.
That is very true. I'm just trying to think if it's locked, and if I could see if there's a chest that's locked, we might need it. 'Cause
Yeah.
If
lifting-
there's a
yeah.
chest, we can likely bring it up, and if there's a locked door, it's likely.
No, I mean I
broken.
forget Vittorio is brute power.
Yeah, and if there's a door, it's likely rotten as well.
Are you guys just like bobbing on the water? As
No,
you're,
I
like,
imagine
talking
we go
about
back
this?
to. I imagine we go back to where the where Lawrence and
To the
Vincent are
shore,
trying to
and
destroy the
then
ship.
discuss about this, yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah,
If-
Zarus can't go. Oh, sorry, go ahead.
No, I was gonna switch to character, but yeah. So if you wanted to say something,
No,
could you?
no, go ahead.
Okay, yeah, sure. Yeah, Victoria's like, right, yeah. As Toka said, I mean, we have the time, so let's just go down to the first room, check it out together, go back up, go down to the second one, same thing, and then wait for the last one. Yeah, I can just swim down, see if there's like the captain's door is intact or anything. See if I can get it open. If not, I mean, maybe you can do whatever you're talking about. And
That might
then,
be a good idea.
and then, yeah, and then I can just go down into the captain's quarters and look around.
Pretty much.
All right. My recommendation is doing that first.
I think it's fine to go to the other two cabins first. Nothing's gonna happen, I believe.
N-
If
No, but I know.
nobody
But
dies.
if the there's likely the most valuable thing in the captain's quarter. So let's say that our noise, right, makes or attracts a monster. I'd
Yeah,
rather
sure.
have the most valuable thing out first. If there's anything valuable outside of a cannon, it must be in the captain's quarter.
Well, in that case, Vittorio, good luck. We'll cheer on you. And I put up a hand on his shoulder and would cast Pram's Fortune.
You can do it. And I'm gonna cast. Not cast. I'm gonna give him a bardic inspiration.
All right.
Pulls down at you guys like, be blessed, Vittorio.
Yeah. Victoria's like, right.
Guidance.
I guess I'll swim down to the captain's quarters, and I'll take a deep breath and dive in, start swimming.
In that case, I might as well just go to the cruise.
Okay, so we are splitting up.
Well, if time is of the essence and we are afraid of interference, I don't see why not.
Sure, I'll go to the cannon. That's the only one I can reach.
I'll go to the cruise quarters.
Oh,
instead.
you can do it, Tokas.
Blinka.
Very well. And so begins the descent into the legend. Much of this ship is reminiscent of a haunted house of sorts. Strange, wispy algae cling to its various surface. And they gingerly float in the dark waters. In the gunnery stations, the cannons have degraded beyond repair. Most of the barrels are completely aether-logged, either cracked under pressure or rotten away. But there is one keg which seems pristine despite its current conditions. In fact, the way that the light filters in from above and kind of casts upon the keg in a strange way, leads you to believe that it is actually magically reinforced, ensuring that this keg of gunpowder is still perfectly pristine.
Oh no.
Hell
let's
bomb.
take it.
You know we want to fucking throw that shit on the volcano. Let's go.
No.
Let's go.
We're gonna unplug that bitch.
Down further beyond the gunnery and into the decks below
I'm all for it, man.
are the crew quarters, where half-gone hammocks float like specters. Clinging, like pinched almost between the pieces of rope of hammocks and various like little chests around this place are a variety of earrings, pendants, and coins. Can be salvaged. About 75 gold pieces worth.
It's 1/2 of an Ethereum shard.
Vittorio, the captain's quarters are in grave disarray.
Mm.
The doors are completely open, but the windows at the back have also been completely smashed out. The only things that remain are an empty bed, a broken desk, and a shattered mirror. After searching the place from top to bottom, you find two things.
Hmm.
One of them is an ivory carving of a rather peculiar looking creature. They seem humanoid, but they also have these features that set them far apart from anything that you have seen back where you come from.
Uh-huh.
Oh, I don't know why that just started playing.
Yeah, I was about that.
I was like, why did it, like, I was scared. I was like, I host this game. This is what they look like. They have these, like, almost frilly looking, like, membranes or, like a mane of gills, maybe? That sprout from their head and also various other parts of their body. There's also...
Froglin.
What?
It's a froglin.
Does not look like Froglin to me.
No, it does not look like a froglin to me either. There's also a golden cameo necklace that contains the image of the same creature.
Golden cameo next.
Yeah.
Hmm.
This guy's wife.
But there's no pearl here.
Damn. And I've spent 2 minutes swimming down and 1 minute. Is it 1 minute searching here as well?
Yes.
So 3 minutes. And it takes 2 to go back. Can I interest you in making an additional search, or is that illegal?
What do you mean?
Yeah, I like going over the room again. I don't know, taking extra care and attention to looking for maybe there's like a hidden compartment somewhere or something stashed under a floorboard. If
Sure, make me a forensics check, but this is no, you're gonna go over your time.
I am.
Go ahead. Don't you have 5 minutes?
It's 5. Yeah, 6.
One-
It's 5.
one
5 plus 1. You always have con
1 minute.
plus 1 minute.
Con plus 1 minute, so
Yeah.
he has 6.
Yeah, so it'll be like exactly. Okay, forensics. Bobensic. F. You're there, and I add a D4 and a D8 if necessary, which it
Well,
is.
not a D4 because it's a minute of guidance.
Oh yeah, that's true. That guidance is gone,
You
but
can also reroll.
D8. Okay,
You do have the you do
Yeah.
have the-
1 D8.
You can reroll as well.
So 6. I think I'll. Yeah,
Five.
I'll re-roll the forensics. With
Well, that's
Well,
we are cooked.
we're cooked indeed. That's a nat 1 for a total of 7. So, it's not meant to be.
Vittorio, you search the room, and I mean, you just note that everything here seems to be smashed to bits before before the place even got like aether logged.
Yeah.
But there isn't enough time for you to
Nope.
investigate further.
Yeah. He's keeping a rough estimate in his head, so he'll start heading out and swim directly to the surface. I will specify that I grabbed the like ivory carving and the necklace.
Very well.
You just see Zarius with a big bag of powder.
With a fucking box full of jewelry.
It's free. You can just take it.
Correct.
Door's just gonna fucking breach the surface with the big fucking. Yeah, I really stayed a little bit longer than I should have.
Lucas and Zarius already on the shore. Oh,
Uh-huh.
well,
He's-
he's.
I was
up.
kind of getting worried he died.
No, I'm fine. I'm fine. I just about made it.
Well,
Swim ashore.
so far we found a keg of gunpowder and a bunch of pirate jewelry.
Oh, and I found this. I pulled out the ivory carving and the golden necklace in the other hand.
Nice squinta.
Seems to be of the same figure.
Can I recognize this creature?
I need to make a lore humanoids check.
I'm so lore humanoid right now. I'm humanoiding. Look at me.
He's doing it.
I'm humanoiding. Where's it? Where's it? +1. 16.
Xenos.
There aren't really any people native to the Expanse, but there are creatures who have adapted to live within the Expanse, and they're not all beasts. In fact, there are two factions within the Expanse known as Astral Merfolk and Astral Marrow that live beneath the waves. Somewhere you remember a vague rant of Taldros talking about how these creatures came from the expanse of water and that they are grave enemies of one another, the Marrow and the Merfolk. But where exactly this bitter rivalry comes from, you don't remember in this point. What you do know is that they are humanoids. They can live and breathe aether. They can sit within it all day long without like suffering any of its adverse effects. And you know that they normally hail from one corner of the expanse known as the Constellation Isles. That's where most of them live.
Maybe this Captain L something? What was the name again, Vittori?
Emil.
Emil.
Um, I think his last name was like Mark something.
Emil. Marcus? Well, maybe this Captain Emil was a merfolk. Maybe that's, I don't know, a loved one? Someone dear?
I mean,
Or a patron.
no, yeah, like, wait, you like, he looks at Togas, he looks at the statues, like, I mean, Merfolk. That's really not what I thought of when I heard that name, but okay.
I would imagine so. Well, no, now we know that this Emil was a merfolk, so if he crash landed around here, what if he is the monster that's been taking away people? Well, I don't want to make any assumptions, but
Could
creature
be.
that's intelligence and can swim through the ether and from island to island.
What if he is the monster?
It could be. I don't know why
And
he
I
would
don't
attack his
mean
own.
I don't mean metaphorically. What if I look at the water and I'll take a handful of it and then drip it? What if he is the monster?
That's in what?
Well, we've seen how poisoning can take many appearances depending on the kind of poisoning.
Yes, but
you're saying he
merfolks don't.
mutated.
Merfolks don't suffer the mutations of the ether. They can swim and breathe and live in it.
I mean, yes, but doesn't that kind of explain the attacking random crew parts? Unless he's eating them, that might.
Maybe
but
he
there's
went
not-
mad, or maybe there was a fight in between the crewmates.
A mutiny, you say?
Maybe a
Taldros sneezes on the ship.
Vincent sneezes.
Achoo! The monkey sneeze.
I don't believe that merfolks mutate that easily, unless something happens to them. Well, they usually live normally underneath the liquid ether, so it shouldn't itself change them.
Can I have the statue? The statuette, the idol. It's the
Yeah,
necklace.
what do you?
Sorry, that's
What
that's the.
Yeah, I mean, you can have a look
Hold it.
at it. Yeah, sure. Don't just, pocket it.
Excuse me. He just kind of looks at you, like, "Excuse me."
Yeah, you heard me.
Wait, we know you.
I'm not Vincent.
No, you're worse.
Hey, says Vincent. That's insulting. He says, as picking up an
Offensive.
entire
As Vincent
ship.
plucks a
That's
monkey.
no way to talk about your captain.
Exactly.
To the gallows! Hang him!
As he
Anyway.
pickpockets the headpiece of this ship.
Yeah, as he's in the
Little
process
pocket.
of sliding Link off of the bow of the ship.
It's free.
I'm gonna use Witch Sight and specifically focus on the necklace thing.
Mm-hmm.
Because sometimes items or like there's like thoughts or even maybe magic even on it. So I'm gonna witch sight or attempt to. I've been on fire today.
He's cheating.
You took all my luck, honestly.
He's cheating.
Like, honestly. Crit like 3 or 4 times.
I have crit 3 times.
I haven't rolled above a 10.
We're cooked.
Oh.
Zari is the last shreds of emotion clinging to this item, almost like playing on repeat like a broken record, are unrest and fear.
I feel it, and I kind of like. I imagine those emotions are like, I don't want to say overwhelming, but like with how Zarius feels it, he feels them that like there is somewhat his own. And he just says, "It's afraid," or it was.
I mean, there's no surprise. Their ship sank.
But that doesn't leave this kind of imprint. Sinking ship is a quick, relatively quick.
That depends on how you
Feeling.
think.
I mean, I'm just gonna say the captain's quarters is like a fucking mess. And then it looks like kind of got torn apart, like someone searched it or something long before you know, got crashed here.
Ember, could I? Oh.
Maybe someone went back here to recover their stuff. If they survived the sinking ship, I would imagine they likely came back here to recover whatever supplies they might need. Which maybe explains why this ship is so empty.
Ember, could I discern if it's like fear of death fear, or is it like suspicion fear, like anxiety more than it is fear?
Make an empathy check.
There's empathy. Well, I'm gonna re-roll that with fate. Might as well. Where is it fated? You bam. 21.
It is a sort of unrest. It's an anxiety, a fear of the unknown.
No, it's not a fear of death. It's like an anxiety. Like whatever was clinging to this thing, it was afraid of something that it had no idea of.
Well, assuming that this is Captain's belongings, I can understand why they'd be afraid of crashing onto an unknown island full with dangers. Especially if you don't have a ship anymore and there's no way out.
What you're saying is this might become a rescue mission.
No, they've died long ago, Zarius. We saw their tents.
What did you say as last word?
We saw their tents in the camp.
If I'm saying if the captain is the monster.
I'm not sure if he is, again, unless he went mad or worse. I don't even know how long merfolks can really live. But this doesn't feel like something that happened in the last few months.
What was the legend again, Vittorio?
I mean, like legend. I mean, yeah, it was some kind of popular tale about a merfolk which I guess, it's that. That was called Emil Mark something, and he sailed around with his ship, the Legend. He gestures towards the hull. And yeah, people think he crashed somewhere around here and just never heard from again. That's honestly all I kind of got out of it was talking with the crew.
Is it the same ship that contained that item that we?
Don't know if it's the same ship.
Is it, because if it is,
Could be.
the anxiety this
item.
man felt. What if it's used? But
What do you mean?
and
Use?
the Aether. What I'm saying is, theoretically, what if the captain's still alive?
Kind of hard to believe. I
Hmm.
mean, if the legend has had enough time to become a popular tale, I don't think anyone can survive on an unknown island without food or, well, there is potable water, but
Unless you've got a powerful Aether kindred under your control.
we'd seen a powerful ether kindred if there was one.
On this one island?
All around it,
There's 4.
I suppose. I mean, even with a powerful beast, the powerful beast will likely not be able to conjure food for you.
No, but let's say it can swim, or is a, let's say, daemon. It could go into the water, capture creatures for you to eat. If you're from here, like you say, the Aether kindred poisoning is not a problem.
I
Or the
suppose so,
Aether.
but we don't know how long it's been. If it's been, well, a few decades, maybe one, they could still be somewhere around.
And if it's a particular power for Aether kindred, if you really want to live, he kind of like looks almost disappointed in himself. What isn't? You'll offer everything.
Well, we have no idea who this person is, so I feel like making assumptions about their judgment is likely not the right time.
Yeah, I mean, if this ship is the same one that had that item from legends about being able to control Aether beasts or whatever you want to call them, and yeah, I mean, I didn't find it anywhere in the captain's quarter. They kind of tried to check twice,
Yeah, I don't think it's going to be here. If
But,
the captain survived the crash, they likely would have taken whatever item
Yeah.
of importance was from the ship.
Well, it's kind of weird he didn't take the necklace, I guess, but
I mean,
That is strange.
If it displays.
But- yeah, I mean, there's more islands here, so who knows?
Maybe he thought he would come back for it, or
Oh, that's true. Maybe he just
never came down to it. But there's no point, as you say, continuing to just theory craft.
We should get back to the ship.
Yeah.
You go back to the ship and talk to Bastian about this tale, which
Well,
seems
we first have
pretty
to go.
true.
First, have to go back to the entrance, but yeah, where we left off originally.
I suppose, yeah.
Okay, well, I guess we head back then, Amber.
Yeah, you return to your little ship.
Yeah, well,
Somewhere.
Mark means he wants to return to the monkeys.
Vincent's not here, so like I don't see the.
that's fair.
Oh. You get in your ship. You take with you the bow.
Figurehead.
The figurehead,
Yeah.
and you begin moving on back. And you conclude your first day, but not without spotting something.
What's following us?
As you are rowing around Earthward Ridge and following it earthward back towards your ship, those of you with the higher passive observation scores
Hello.
spot something just air by waterward of Cork Bottle Island.
Oh, like over here.
Maybe a few 100 feet away from you, this webbed fin rises above the aether and then slips back in.
Dorks.
Smorks. Oh nay.
S'mores.
And then you return.
Oh boy.
Ah, back to the ship. The important thing is to ask Bastian more information about the stale
Indeed.
and plan what to explore next.
Yeah.
You very well may.
Oh,
I.
Amber, did they have a flag on their ship?
If they had a flag, it is rotten.
Yeah.
Completely
To add it
disintegrated.
to our collection.
Amber, the thing I wanted to do that when I spoke earlier, and I was like, no, I'll do that when we go back to the ship. As we're going back, I'd like to take and fill up just a normal ass vial with liquid aether, and I would like to do the same to the Kraken flask. The one that can hold 1 pint of liquid, and over the course of 1 hour will transmute any fluid into fresh water, because I want to see if it can actually do that to liquid.
Not turn liquid aether into water.
Then I guess that is what I find out after
Super.
an hour has passed.
After he
And
drinks it.
no, I'm not gonna drink.
After he
He
drinks the
drank
whole
it.
bottle.
No.
He eats the bottle. Yum yum.
Nom, nom,
Anyways,
nom.
I've had a
Tastes-
great idea for a diving suit. Instead of needing air, we just rely on magic because the world is much cooler. I'm literally gonna make a fishbowl, fill it with water, make it airtight, and then I'm gonna cast water breathing. So
I
I'm
mean-
breathing water around my face. I'm a genius, I know. Instantly developed an ether diving suits on day one. Who else did it?
Caroline Empire.
I'm a one-man empire, then you can call me that.
Oh.
I see.
Bottom text.
LMAO bottom text.
Correct.
Alright.
Yeah.
If you guys are happy to close off for today,
Yeah, we
I'm
can.
fine with doing
No.
that and picking up
Yeah.
and picking up
Hates
tomorrow.
us.
No more.
Cannot believe this has happened.
She hates us.
It's okay.
I don't hate you at all. I enjoy you very much, and I have all of this entire island prepared, so it doesn't matter.
Great scum. Another hour and a half.
But I'm also happy to close off for today, and then we can start fresh next time.
Yeah.
Which island do you think you want to go to next?
I mean, in my professional opinion,
Sentinel Island.
we should save Sentinel Island for last. This is my professional opinion.
Yeah, right. The next one then in order will be Cork Bottle Isle.
I do not want
I
to
don't know
let
what the obsession is.
I don't want to
with
let
Bottle
I'm just
Isle.
saying-
Tokas anywhere
If
near
we-
that.
If we want modes of elemental shit,
I
and
can't.
we know there's elementals in that volcano, we have a whole keg of gunpowder. We have a plugged volcano. Basic math,
Yeah.
It's 1 + 1 = 2.
Yeah.
2 = open volcano, portal to the plane of fire. We just like grab an elemental, we lock him into a ball, we make a
Yoinka.
boat of elemental fire, and we cook.
Makes sense.
Why don't we lock him in a thing, and then since he's perpetually generating heat, we use the updraft to create wind for us for our sails.
I don't think heat will generate. I don't think a single elemental will generate enough like heat to create a wind current.
I think we just that's why we just can get a lot of them.
Yeah, I'm just stash an entire army of fire elementals and just shit on them acid.
Listen, you guys are
gonna
the thing
get
is
the
about
fucking
elementals, you can just
reputation.
keep shoving them inside like spaces, and eventually the space will just keep getting hotter and hotter and hotter.
That's true. Put
This
them
is
all in the same
cruel.
square.
It's very cruel.
Squisher.
If elementals are made of fire, right,
Hello.
an elemental can be in the same place of another elemental. So if like 50 fire elementals stand in the same space, does it just multiplicatively get more hot?
No, we just
Because
pull a multi-pole.
there's more
Oh,
fires in
no.
the same place.
Yeah.
I mean, elementals can't occupy the same place though.
But they're fire. How they can
Because
do
the
that?
Spacing
moment
rules.
because the moment they occupy the same place, they would become one elemental. No.
Yeah, but do they become like a bigger elemental, like twice as
Yeah.
large?
Yeah.
Conglomeration of
So you could just
elementals.
throw an elemental into another elemental until you get a giant fucking elemental, and then you kill him, or you,
I
you
mean,
encapsulate him.
Why do you think like I know that there's no stab block, but why do you think elementals are terrifying in the elemental plane of water? Because first of all, or their own elemental plane. Because first of all, they're literally invisible,
True.
all of them. Second of all, they could literally be the size of the moon.
Honestly, I think
Yeah.
we should just like grab a bunch of air elementals and shove them into each other, get a giant air elemental, kill it, and then turn it into a giant elemental mode of air. So like we use it once and we like shoot across the fucking expanse like in one piece.
I love how
Oh yeah,
gay,
the
I love in
hyperdrive.
I love how in this scenario you're making one very fast. Even though in this scenario you could also be like, "Hey, elemental, can you work for us? And just
Yeah.
push our ship forward, please."
The elemental wouldn't work for us because they are by nature chaotic. The nature of the elemental is to abide no laws.
I don't
That
know,
depends
Gabe.
on
Have
which
you read the
elemental you're
latest
talking
Wizards of the Coast handbook? It's a little
This
bit
is my book.
speciesist.
Yeah, you're right.
Anyway.
Hemingway, one of my favorite writers.
We will
of
pick
Yeah.
this up next week.
We will.
Hey,
Thank
We will close
you.
off for today.
Thank you very much for hosting, Amber.
hosting.
Thank you, players, for playing, and thank you, viewers, for viewing. We will see you all next week and see what these other islands hold. Bye bye.